Welcome, my friends, back to Marvel Snap, starting out here on the Monday. Great to see everybody. Zepto, good to see you. We got the hype in the chat. Looking to be able to find some of the top decks. The meta has been in chaos. I think a lot of streamers have actually been talking about this. It doesn't feel like there's any top tier, S tier decks. Get me into battle. I think Shuri has a shot of making a resurgence. Nowhere near where she used to be when she was at the top of the meta because of the changes to Shuri, changes to Taskmaster, points getting taken off of all the biggest boys. But I think there is still something here. And I think it was Freddie Babes who authored this list relatively recently and was having great success with it. Urko, great to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good Monday. FTW Owl. How's it going? How's it going? Asteroid. We'll just hold now. Mr. Fruit Punch covering all the salutations. Okay, here we go. Los Diablos. I think that we push to Sewer System. Asteroid M is where I will have to play Shuri. And then it could be that we play Vision afterward to be able to get him moving. We'll see, we'll see. Neon Razor, how's it going? A Monday stream, surprised to be sure, but a welcome one. Okay, Blake, I wasn't that late. TMS, great to see you, man. Great to see you. GG, I hope you're having fun with the matches, man, and can't wait to unlock dinos for the token shop. It's very expensive off of dinos. James, what are we talking about? The free one? I want Sunspot. And then we might be in the slightly dangerous position of just pass into Taskmaster Vision. It's gotta be Miyamoto. Great to see you. We got all the regulars hopping in. Been running Shuri with your Mr. Negative deck. I love it, Scott. I love it. I think that version is quite competent. So we do hit Shuri. But we hit her late. Very late. Unfortunately, we didn't find the armor to be able to slow down their destruction game plan. That's something that we normally like to be able to run. I think I have to do the pass into She-Hulk Taskmaster. I'm making a face at it like I don't like it. I could draw Titania, Armor, Cosmo, Red Skull. If I drew Titania, it'd be kind of nice. But this way it is 18 plus 5, 23-point combo, as opposed to playing 9 points now. And then the Taskmaster for 18, and then waiting to see what we pick up. Max Jones, I love you too. Best deck in your opinion, Teddy, is the Stature Good Stuff deck. Miyamoto, we're definitely going to be giving it a try. Alright. I think we bounce on that one. Their Deadpool is too big. Too big to stop. I was wondering, well, about dinos. Yeah, I'm not sure what the dinos reference was. Adam Such, great to see you. Shuri meta back. We'll see. We'll see. She's still very powerful. And people have kind of started stepping away from the Shuri, stepping away from Shang Chi as well to be able to counter it, and definitely stepping away from Arrow, which was the hardest counter to Shuri. So I think that gives her a position to come back. Is this just a Shuri 0? It's very similar, though. It's running the Magneto to be able to have disruption to a lot of the 4-cost dominated Zabu decks that we are seeing right now. That's kind of the adaptation. I'm going to go Lizard, but not on Nexus. Dio, good to see you. Howdy, Sir Teddy. Hope your afternoon is going well. It is, it is. When I unlock Thanos from the token shop, what decks do I think that you should use for Thanos Control or Thanos Destroyed? Ooh. So my favorite is the Thanos Control and like Thanos Lockdown. But Thanos Death is very popular as well. Alright, we play the Shuri. Into the Vision. Get her back in there. Stature Good Stuff is worth a look, Teddy. I swear on the god of the good of Hazmat? The god of Hazmat? We'll definitely go for it, Miyamoto. I've got Black Bolt on the thumbnail. I'm planning on running it at least a little bit. Okay, so they're going to max out at 15. That's just too big for Vision to be able to match. So then we just play Red Skull. And then we go Taskmaster. It's the Shuri play, baby. Thanos Destroy is good. It's very popular, yes. Too many Manny, great to see you. I think a surprise boost last turn is more useful to cube game than the obvious ones that people just quit out. Are we talking about the... they do flip first. Or I flip first, I'm sorry. I'm vulnerable to control. But it's still just, it has to be the Taskmaster. Okay, here we go. Rich, great to see you, great to see you. Zepto, Thanos Destroy is good. Thanos Destroy is very popular, yes. There we go. You can Doom, but you don't match our power drop. I'm enjoying the sneaky Invisible Taskmaster and Orca combo deck. Wow, Neo Razor. So you're running like Invisible Woman to be able to hide Taskmaster, and then you drop Orca to be able to copy the 16 over? That sounds crazy. What's a good deck to reach infinite this season apart from Stature, Black Bolt, Jeff decks? Fire Hades. We made it on a negative Galactus deck, and then we also made it on the free-to-play account with a discard deck. Just like straight-up classic discard that's running. It is running MODOK. A lot of stuff can make it. Doom Wave is very good, and so is Death Wave. Won the heck out of left, they sure did. Is Nebula better than the Sunspot in this list? You know, I'm not sure. We like to be able to full pass on turn 5 in a number of gameplay situations, which makes the Sunspot pretty desirable. But then again, the Nebula might have just scaled to be that large, you know, anyway. Josh, I'm back, baby. Just need Mojo and maybe Viper to go full Thanos Zoo. There we go, nerd. And what a list that will be. Alright, we're going to go Armor here. Try and protect the Sunspot this time. We failed to do that in our first matchup. Hey, Teddy, is patch drop this week or next week? Sean, the patch is going to be this Tuesday, but then we're not getting any OTA balance patches. They're done with the weekly OTA balance patches until we get one more at like the 25th. So we get a patch here on the 16th, and then we wait till the 25th, and then the OTA balance patches will be on an as-needed basis. Hawk also didn't stop being good. Master Mold, etc. Yeah, I'm wondering if we could rock out Master Mold a bit. Brandon, hey Teddy. Always nice to catch the streams. Been using Orca to some solid success the past few days. Been pretty fun to drop it on the seemingly left field for the win. That's awesome, Brandon. You are the second person to call that out. And now I'm very suspicious as to what Team Teddy has been getting up to. Why is everybody rocking the Orca? Okay, where do we catch out Surfer? I guess I could hold Cosmo just for that move. Play the She-Hulk. Play Titania over here. It's pretty safe, because if they play then I keep. I guess maybe it's not. Not with Mojo World. Let's play... I kind of want to play Cosmo. Do I just need... It's Patriot. I need She-Hulk last. I really wish that we had the Taskmaster here. In conjunction with Shuri's lab, we would have been fine. What do I think about the Rock Slide and nerf, Septo? I think that the Rock Slide nerf was... I mean, it's a way to be able to take points off of that. Can we make it? They're back to flipping first. Fantastic for us. So we just play a Red Skull Titania. I feel pretty good about this drop. It's a way to be able to take points off of the Hawk deck that is, I think, too powerful right now. Honestly, I'd like to see a point or two taken off of Zabu as well, just to slow it down a little bit more, but we'll see how things even out with a little chipping away. It's too bad that Rock Slide takes the bullet for how good Hawk is, but I would rather see Rock Slide take the nerf than Hawk. And honestly, I'd rather see Enchantress go back to 4-4, but there we are. Orca deck was featured this weekend on Marvel Snap Zone. Ah, there we go. That's why it's gaining notoriety. So close. 1 point. I mean, we could have held back on the Cosmo, but it's still a blind drop as to where you want to be able to block the Doctor Doom. And they were flipping first. They had the initiative. So we would not have been able to catch anybody. Mystical Being, how's it going? Urko, how's your weekend been? Having fun with your evil deck right now, nerd? What's the evil deck? Another question, how good is Professor X in a classic discard deck? Fire Hades, I love it. I actually prefer the Sunspot Professor X to the Storm Nebula list, but I know that a lot of people take the other side of that choice. I think that Professor X is great, being able to stuff Galactus, and then also you can have a surprise burst if you were able to discard Swarm, drop a couple Swarm cards, and then the Professor X huge burst, catch the people out by surprise. Very fun, very fun. Okay, Yondu and took away my vision. I can't see you. Haven't been playing much Snap, to be honest. I needed to get back in it. But Diablo 4 was super fun this weekend, and I gotta get Zelda. Yeah, Alex. There's so many other games. That's the Western market. People's appetite for games is voracious. Always pulling you different directions. Hello. Not really what I wanted to see, but I'm not sure exactly what I did want to see. Mystical Being been playing Pokemon Unite. My latest obsession is Mecha Bellum. Like a wave. Oh, then they just hit at the raft, right? Galactus the raft. Probably. I guess Magneto is a little bit of protection against Galactus as well. Hold on, they didn't do it. What is this? Iron Lad? Well, okay. Oh man. It's so dumb. We can go like Red Skull. So it's like 0, Red Skull, Ella. Matt Campbell, welcome to Team Teddy. Thank you for the membership renewal. Got the Infinity Gauntlet. Team Teddy grows stronger. Keep up the mech vids, Teddy. Enjoyed watching that one. Matthew Lang, I am hooked. We're going to have a couple more at least. Can't Galactus Raft. You're right. We Cosmoed the protection up against the Galactus. So I think that the Magneto move was a good read. We just got clapped because of it. I feel like there was a gaming drought for a while, and now there's a bunch at once. Yes, there is. Especially like, yeah, we got like Jedi Survivor that the wife and I are still playing. And then, I mean, Legend of Zelda is a huge drop. Victory. I think the free 6 cost intimidated them a little bit. Didn't feel like they could stand up to us. Urko, thank you for cleaning up the commands. Much appreciated. How's it going, Teddy? Was the Teddy wife able to get the Cal Kestis Saber? Connor, not a shot. She was at work and was on a 4G connection on her phone. Did not have the speed of connectivity to be able to get in there to pick up the Saber. A little disappointing, but on the other hand, it saved us $400. So we'll find another Star Wars trinket to be able to spend it on. She was interested in maybe getting one of the robotic BD1s instead. We'll see what ends up happening. We also just got the Lego Yoda's hut, the little Dagobah display piece, and we want to get a lighting kit for it. So that could be our consolation prize. Yeah, Kitty Pryde, I believe, is coming out next, oh no, my Sunspot, just tomorrow, with the patch. What's the highest rank I ever reached in Snap, Arlott? I was at rank 200. Yeah, on my best season. I no-lifed it to be able to get the highest rank possible, at least once to be able to say I could do it. So, we did it. We went ham. This is the Evil Deck Nerd, Sunspot 0 Titania, Maw, Zabu, Armor, Dracula, Kazar, Shanna, She-Hulk, and the Destroyer Infinite. Been thinking about adding Sentry or Maw. Nice, nice. You've got no Viper. I'd probably just stick with Maw. Does the next series drop happen with High Evolutionary? I am not sure. We're in a little bit of a weird month. I mean, I think we gotta go Shuri. She's the namesake of the list. On that Lego set is super cool. Picked up the Lego throne room set and needed to build it out. Yep. Yeah, the wife and I have a little bit of a backlog on what we want to build. They can't move anything. We win. We take this. Ham? Did somebody say Spider-Ham? I need to work on my John Mulaney impersonation for when Spider-Ham releases. You float through the air when you smell a, what are his lines? It's got like all the Looney Tunes stuff. You float through the air when you smell a fresh baked pie. They're flipping first, so I am invulnerable to your control. You can't stop me. They would add 4 with a spectrum drop. Here she goes. Howard is tomorrow. Well, Howard is tonight. So, yeah. We get Howard at Daily Reset. Pretty excited. Sadly, still stuck at 65 right now and just going to chill on the climb this season. Nerd, you gotta be able to take your breathers, pace yourself, find what you enjoy. Thank you very much, Urko. He was pretty great in the new Puss in Boots, too. Yes. My man's out there killing it. Apparently we didn't have Rockslide. We didn't have Rockslide edited or at all. How did I miss that one? I started by creating them. High Evo is the next week? Yes, High Evo is next week. Exactly, just enjoy the game. I sound like John Mulaney without even trying. You just want to impersonate him? Yes, I do. We'll see. I have to pick up his mannerisms then if the vocal tenor is correct. After completing pool 3, it's super hard to get cards, MK. Yes. There's not a lot of other cards to be able to get, frankly. You're just looking at about 6k tokens if you're free, a little bit more if you are buying the passes. Make sure that you are getting all of the Token Tuesday bundles that they choose to give you. And then that's about as set as you can be. Set your sights on the hot cards or the Series 4 cards that are releasing that most tickle your fancy. I want to mix High Evo with Thanos, Septo. I think that's going to be a great combo, actually. We'll play here to Titan. Soulstone being able to debuff a set of enemy cards and then a huge abomination dropping on their heads while you get all the card draw as well. I mean, sounds like a recipe for success. What do I think about the last featured location? Also, did it feel like it came out and went quicker than others? The GP? I hated it. Okay? I hated it so much I went and I played another video game and I recorded videos on that. I was out in left field playing Mechabellum, a mech-based auto battler instead. So that probably tells you all that you need to know. I feel pretty good about this line. Infinite usually just takes you a day, TG? Wah! This season they're offering a little bit of resistance. Which one is better, Living Tribunal or High Evolutionary? Definitely High Evolutionary, Con. I mean, I'll leave it to Living Tribunal that maybe he'll come out of left field and actually surprise us, but I'm not holding my hopes out of anything too competent from him. Do I want the Vision to be able to move over to Limbo? Or do I just want, like, a monster Magneto? This kind of deck is not going to run Valk. It's not going to run... I think that the armor is all the protection that I need. I don't think it's going to run Arrow to move me away. The peak was fun, Teddy. I'm glad that people enjoyed it, all right? I just was not fancying non-stop Mr. Negative mirror matchups, and I wanted to play something fresh anyway. But now if I Taskmaster, this guy's going to be vulnerable. All right. Hit me with 0. with the turn 7. Love Mr. Negative, so the peak was one of the locations that I wanted to be featured. GP, awesome, awesome. I'm glad that you had a good time. Like, I don't want to downplay anybody who enjoyed it. That's awesome. Let's go Lizard over here. I mean, it's kind of like either they have Shang Chi or they don't. It made for some insane combos, to be sure. Like, I still did my dailies. I liked playing to the extent of getting my dailies done. Yeah, there's the Shang-Chi. Maybe I should have... I think Vision was the right play, actually, with the Limbo extending the game. Well, whatever we did was the right play as well. We stuff them. Okay, that feels good. That feels good. I see too many Mr. Negative decks when the peak is the hot location. That's the thing, is like it was so many just straight mirror matchups. It was like straight Galactus and Negative. So you had every flavor of Negative. Ongoing, on reveal, and destroy. Which is great that Negative is that flexible of a list to provide that much variety, but they did this once before when Mr. Negative was even more dominant in the meta. That did not go well. So I was surprised they even allowed it to happen. Teddy, how do I use Sandman good, Bender? You put him in Ramp. Hold on, what did we discard? Magneto? Alright, I can live with that. But yeah, Bender, you just rock Sandman alongside Ramp. You try and accelerate your energy curve. And then you catch them out with the Sandman to keep them from being able to play. This is not good, guys. Negative server Miyamoto, indeed, indeed. There's so many different flavors. They haven't played their energy cheat yet. Now is like when they would do it. But I kind of just want to play... Are they going to play it to Camartage just to be able to get the double animation? Maybe. I want it to be Camartage, so I'm going to play Cosmo. Because if they Galactus to Camartage, my opening is that I get to play the Shuri alongside She-Hulk and just poof. Instant power, right? I'm not going to snap because it's such a shaky move. Okay, good, good, good. Now they're not going to be able to do it. Now I snap. Okay, here we go, here we go. Caught him out, caught him out. Literally just got Pixel Shocker. Rawr, what does that one even look like? Pixel Shocker. You get to use it alongside High Evolutionary. Snap. Fan. Some of the pixels are great. Some of them are not. Search me. Shocker. My man Shocker. Over here with his pixel. I don't know if I like that one. I'm gonna say... That's a miss. What deck did I 80 to 100 with, TG? So I played, on the free-to-play account, it was all discard, straight up, and it went pretty smoothly. And then on the main account, the 80, well, it was like 80 to 95 was Doomwave and Thanos Control, and then 95 to 100, we were playing our blend of Negative Destroy. Biggest Red Skull you're ever gonna see. Shocker's already made out of pixels. Free She-Hulk for us. Blanked Taskmaster for them. Oh, baby. Let's go. So if they play Destroyer on mid, the Nimrods go insane. Like, actually crazy, because they'll pop to either side and then he'll destroy them again. And so there'll be one Nimrod, and then two on middle. But there we go. There we go. Can we reach infinite with C3 Cerebro? That includes Valk, Iron Man, Mystique, Bast as major cards. Arlet, I think you can. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, the Valk control with the Bast and what Cerebro 3 can do is good. Cerebro 2's is also pretty good in terms of win rate right now, but because Enchantress, another ongoing hate, is so prevalent in the meta right now, it'll be hard. Adrian, great to see you. Pulled a Dan Hip Zabu out of the cache. Whoa, Brent, fantastic. Are you gonna get that puppy or that kitty inked up? Missing 41 cards from the complete collection. Oh, I need Taskmaster and Shuri Dury. Yep, Justin. Gotta be able to add them in. Gotta collect them all. This playlist, I don't know if it's my tempo. Take me back over here. It's so dark. It's like all dark and brooding. Oh, TG, what we were playing to infinite. So on the main account, on the free-to-play account, we went 80 to 100 with discard. On the main account, we played... I'll drop the Cosmo, I guess. On the main account, 80 to 95 was Thanos Control and Doomwave. And then 95 to 100 was our blend of Negative Destroy. Okay, we got the Cosmo, play the armor. We are not drawing anything interesting. Just finish your daily mission, save the tokens to buy the Series 5. Get up them up. What do I mean? What is with Howard? I do not understand, Cool KG. I don't know if he's going to be any good. That's what I mean. I feel like a lot of people are going to be passing on Howard. Like the situation where you're running Howard alongside okay, hold on. Can we shake him up with the Magneto? I feel like we can. I don't know. Here we go. But the situation where you have the freedom to be able to hold Iron Lad and like wait for the right card that you want to top deck, I feel like is not very common. You normally are just going to want to play him on curve, basically. And if you have a good deck construction, then you're pretty happy to do so. Victory. My friend, do you not hear the little barks? Ironheart would have been playable to Crimson Cosmos because it was a 0. I guess I wouldn't have won unless it hit the Mr. Negative. They just wanted the power over here at Eternity range. Anyway. I don't think he's worth the 6k tokens. Howard, I think, will be something you get in S3. Well, I don't know. I think that people might be going for him in S4. But yeah. Pulled Galactus from a collector's reserve over the weekend and now have a moral dilemma. Do I become the thing that I hate the most? Alex B. Listen, it's just all tools in the game. You have to be able to use the tools that are at your disposal to the best of your ability. If you want to play it, play it. Shuri deck at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within the stream? Joe McGirl, you have found it. Looping Moon, anything special in the discard deck? I'm down to try some discard, even though I almost never play that archetype. Yeah, it's the one that I did the video on, so you've got Professor X and Sunspot. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I want Howard just for the nostalgia. I think a lot of people really love him as a character. But I think they should have released Howard first because Lad is working solo. No, I mean, I like the release order. Be able to test out the Iron Lad and then see if you want to perfect it or not. Still buying Howard to have a Zabu Iron Lad Jubilee deck. I think it'll be very fun, JP. Have the full slot machine. Rock the casino playstyle. Gamba Gamba. Alright, I keep holding Titania. We'll see if it pays off. Diddy took Galactus to Infinite last week, so yep, there we go. The whales will buy Howard, exactly. The whales and the content creator. You're going to use Reality Stone over there rather than on the PVA, and it locks it up for the win for you. That's actually the most clutch Reality Stone I may have ever seen. That's crazy. Huh. Well, well, well. We'll just retreat on that one, I think. Escaped. Well, hello there. I'll be buying Howard. I'm not sure I might skip, but he is better than Snowguard, and I have 15,000 tokens burning a hole in my pocket. I got a hole in my pocket. How many cards are in Snap? A little over 300, I believe. I've pulled everything for a Galactus deck, but don't want to live long enough to become the villain I hate. Refused to buy it so far, Justin. Yep. I mean, if you don't want to play it, then you don't need it. It's a pretty niche game. Iron Lad is too good with the new Hawk. Yeah, Iron Lad is killing it out there. Whales do be whaling. Have we figured out what's up with Howard yet? I don't know. We were questioning it, but now I want to know. Does he wear pants? Discard is doing well this season. Yes, Nerd is doing very well. It would make Iron Lad more consistent. Yes, Howard will make Iron Lad more consistent. But Mars, how often are you sitting with Iron Lad in your hand and you're like, I can wait and play him next turn? I feel like normally with the curve of cards that you have in your hand, you're like, I play him now, and then next turn I play this, and then next turn I finish with this kind of thing. Otherwise my combos break down. Honestly, I feel like Ramp might actually be... People are sleeping on Iron Lad Ramp, that is for dang sure. But that might actually be the best home. Because then after you get the Chavez in, you can see if you can fish for Odin, or if you're able to set up like leader out of him, or if you're able to go for an energy cheat or not, etc, etc. Ramp changes its playstyle pretty dramatically based on the order of draw. Looking forward to the Living Tribunal TMS, so am I. I want to see if we can cook anything up. I just don't think it'll be very competitive, unfortunately, but we'll see. I would love to be surprised. Gonna get high Evo, and considering Living Tribunal, should have enough tokens by then for both. Skipping on the Lad. Ooh, TB Heart. Skipping on the Lad. Hoping the testing goes well on this month's cards. Move is not by jam, so I won't be spending tokens next month. There we go, Mr. Fruit Punch. Everybody's got their own cup of tea. With the Sunspot. Get him a going. Though, with Zabu Juggernaut, you're probably going to be running... No, never mind. I thought that we might be seeing like a Sarah, classic Sarah with a Killmonger. Does not seem to be the case. So again, with the pass and play She-Hulk Task, or play She-Hulk now, and then play Task Titania later. I guess it could be like Titania here, that's 211. Or maybe just here, She-Hulk. I'll go mid. I'll go mid and wait. Do I think Howard needs armor? No, I think that you just throw Howard out there and you just see whatever you can glean from him. Can we use Shuri, Vision, Captain Marvel into the Storm lockdown? Yes, though the last time we played up against the Storm 6, they were bigger than what our Vision would have been if I moved him over. So that was a little unfortunate. Does Magneto just put him in the dumpster because it's going to pull Juggernaut into a 0 and the Hawk down as well? I think Magneto might actually just put him in the dumpster. Alright, here we go.
Opponent snapped.
If they could knock over our She-Hulk though with a Shang Chi, but then I put their Shang Chi in the dumpster as well. And I might still win on margin of victory. Hold on. Clap. Oh, which ones are going to get pulled? Ah, no! We debuffed our lizard in the process. What a fool. Okay, gotta watch that. Otherwise... Oh, we would have still lost. Okay, well, fair enough, fair enough. Margin of victory was not in our favor there. Unless we had... If we played lizard on mid, it would have been fine. Do we get Kitty tomorrow? I think so, TMS. Yeah, the lizard debuff, the lizard debuff. Are the rumors true that people on YouTube who like the stream cut their series 4 pity timer by 4 crates? Tristeza? There's only one way to be able to confirm whether or not the rumors. I am legally obligated not to say one way or the other. But likes are free. I have enough for 2 cards. Evolutionary is 1. Should I go Lad or Tribunal? Brent, if you're talking like just competitive capability, I would go Lad. If you have an idea for what you want to do with Tribunal, then go for Tribunal. Right now, I'm just not seeing what kind of list I would build around Tribunal. Been waiting for Kitty, like I wait on my wish package. Does Null add the power of cards destroyed even if they are not revealed yet? It does not add unrevealed. Ooh. Fascinating, Justin. I think it does add. Nope. I have no idea about how Null interacts there. Because with Lamentis, Null does add the power of all cards in deck that was destroyed. But I don't know if they are on board but unrevealed and then like Galactus comes in. I'm not sure. New Kitty is so bad compared to old Kitty. Andrew Marinelli, are you considering old Kitty with or without the bugs? This is an important question. Because old Kitty, that was not preserving the energy saving off of the beast and was not interacting with Collector, was significantly worse. I mean, listen, I understand. She's forced to return. You're obligated to play her, pay an energy on the final turn to be able to keep her on the board. But Beast will make her free for the entire dang game. That is so much better than what she was before. Also, every time she hops back and forth, she's going to be able to buff the Collector. Yes, please, sign me up. In Bounce, normally you were going to be able to tag her with Beast anyway. Also, now when Beast and Falcon pull her back to hand, she's buffed rather than when you return her on her own. I hazard that the new Kitty is leaps and bounds ahead of the old Kitty. I wish I had Taskmaster. If I had Taskmaster, I could dodge all their control. As it is, I think I'm supposed to play Red Skull. I'm pretty sure Null does add unrevealed power. Alright, I'm not sure if I've seen it or not. I knocked 0 out of the hand. Alright, TMS off to walk the dog. Catch you later. Have a good one, my friend. Hello, everyone. Good luck in the tournament, Teddy. Hey, thank you, N7. We drew it. Yes, thank you. I mean, I don't know if we have a shot. As long as they're holding Shang Chi, they beat us, but we'll give it a shot. There it is. I think the bad part of Kitty is that you can't play a 6 cost and keep her on the board unless you Beast Bounce her. I mean, how bad really is that, right? The bounce list was running Chavez, I know. But I'm not too disappointed. Kitty was mostly playing in Sarah, which doesn't run any 6 costs, and Bounce, which only runs Chavez. So I'm not feeling like it's much of a loss. Infinite with Bounce, and your Kitty was sitting there watching Rocket take her slot. It is incredibly sad, Nick. What tournament are we playing in, TMS? I am looking ahead at the snap-offs is the one that I'm entered in. We might try and enter in another one, but I'm trying to get a feel of what my potential entries for the snap-offs are going to be. Do I have any tips for Iceman and Cosmo? Let's see. Iceman is just a good plug-and-play bender. And then the Cosmo is pretty good if you're running a powerful card that you want to be protected. Something like a Devil Dinosaur. Something like... oh, what else do you like to run Cosmo around? I mean, Cosmo also often plays next to stuff like Destroyer, where you want to be able to cancel your own on-reveal effects that you think are negative to your side. Yeah, Nick Chavez was in Bounce to be able to get more consistent draws. Alright, they got the Agatha. We'll go Shuri here. Teddy, for what it's worth, a different streamer mentioned other Snap streamers. I bring up your name, buddy. Hey, thank you, Joe Caro. I appreciate it. Excited for the Snap-offs. There's a very strong list of entrants. Yes, last tournament, it was excellent competition. Looking forward to rejoining the contestants this year. If anybody is unfamiliar, we lost not last year, in the last tournament. It was it last year? I think it was the beginning of this year, actually. The opponent bet the entire tournament on shuffling She-Hulk through Lockjaw to be able to pull Professor X in like a 1-3 or 1-4 from his deck, and he got it to land. Teddy, have I thought about the Hazmat Sarah Sentry Viper deck for a tourney? Scott, I've thought about it. I haven't had a list that performs consistently enough yet for me to make me do it. We will move Vision. I am flipping first, so this is just... I think I'm going to abandon the Iron Man. I'm going to trust that they will outrun me there, and we'll go on mid. Not sure what this is. They've got the Agatha loaded up in the hopper. So if this is like, ooh. What if it is... hold on, Agatha is 14. Yeah, so if it is Ghost Rider, they beat me. With 17, they beat me by 1. I'll take the chance. It was in March? Yep. Okay, they did play on right. With the Devil D. Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to... It was the Ghost Rider. It's very hard to argue against lane control or stature dump for the attorneys. It is hard to argue against it. I was hoping that Shuri might have a little bit more for us here. I feel like the list is not quite landing. Like, we've been the victim of Shang Chi a couple times. And then actually just not been able to produce enough points on other ones. Part of it is the Taskmaster is not arriving. How many Stature Black Bolt Miles decks are about to be in this tournament? Jordansky, so it's an interesting format. You have to enter with 2 decks, completely unique deck lists. I think there's going to be a lot of Stature Black Bolt decks. I think there is. But it does mean that then all of those cards in that list is excluded from your other deck. So you could have a little bit of a meta read of like, I'm going to bring something with hate for that specific deck, and then I will play something else to counter what else they might be bringing, hoping that those will be weaker lists. Chavez for Magneto in this list? I think the idea is that Magneto is another good piece for your high end, and then he also helps you with being able to reorganize the opponent's cards when they play all of their 4s. He also could help you up against Galactus. Collector discard kills the Black Bolt. Yeah, exactly. Like, could we run it? Give me vision. I think I'm going to need to be able to move to the super flow. Oh, it's Galactus right away. All right. Yeah. They can play it now. I can't believe Black Bolt is becoming the meta Great Bookworm. Yeah. I don't think very many people would have seen it coming. Yeah, there's the Magneto. Alright, do you have Shang Chi? I'd run Bolt as one deck, and then Iron Monkey bounce deck as the other list. I'm wondering if I want to run Ramp. Doesn't Ramp dumpster the Black Bolt stature list? Because if I set up Sandman, and you're only able to play 1 card on that final turn, how are you keeping up with me, right? What about Control Shuri? I'm not sure what list this is. Simon Clare, great to see you, mate. Take out the filler and add Control. Staples, Zabu, Enchantress, and Shang. Ooh, interesting. I don't know if I like that. The Ramp Sandman. I'd take a Ramp deck for a counter. Yeah, that's the thing, is that the Ramp deck is such a strong counter list. It's very desirable. That's what we ran last time. We had our trusty Ramp. Bring Leech with you to the tournament? Exactly, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to be the guy that brought Leech. Sandman sounds really good. In this meta, it does. It stops all the wave decks in their tracks, and it stops the stature decks as well. Because, hey, a leeched stature is still... She's a 5-cost. You're not playing that happily. Sandman needs a couple of decks still. He only lost play because people think that 2 power was a loss. Yeah, it's not hurting him all that much. Go Cosmo here. Be able to pick up our free 6-cost. Having problems getting out of 75 to 80. Any suggestions? Too many? It's a rough climb out there, mate. It is a battle to be able to gain. Oh, that flip feels great. Then, I mean, I can full pass here. Just hold back with the She-Hulk Taskmaster. But let's see. So the decks that got me out of 75 to 80 was like Thanos Control. Ooh, they had the Sandman? No way. They are the Electro Ramp. This is what it feels like, chat. Give me... Do I just like lay down big cards? Because I can go She-Hulk and then Taskmaster. Or I could go Shuri into a super big card. Just very sad that I'm not able to combo them together. They're kind of running out of board space to be able to contend. Let's go Vision right now and not show them what the free 6 cost is. That's my move. I don't know why, but Snap is not vibing right now. I feel like RNG is just against me. I know I'm not always playing optimal, but man. Oh, Rich, yeah. He might double Doom? Sure, but he's got limited space on middle to be able to contest, and I'm pretty far ahead on left. If he has 10 points on left, I can beat him with the scaling on the Sunspot. If he only adds 5 here on middle, that's 11. I could beat him there, depending on what he adds over here. Like, he's behind by so much. The double Doom doesn't scare me too much. There's a whole slew of people that name themselves Batman, and then I'm used to seeing them rock the Black Panther avatar, but yeah, Bender, pretty funny. Wish I could play hella discard. I have MODOK, but missing Invisible Woman and Ghost Rider. Arlet, that's a list that I have never been successful with playing myself. I've just had to accept that there are some decks that I am not good at playing. And that's one of them. Alright. She-Hulk coming in. And then +6 on the Sunspot to 17. Love it. There we go. The reactivation of the Shang Chi is cute. There we go. She-Hulk now buffs the Sunspot exactly.
Victory.
She-Hulk mid, scale the Sunspot left, and we win. Booter with the call. Negative Patriot is pretty good, Zach. Negative Patriot is very spicy. It just runs so many different win conditions. It is all over the place and very hard to stop. That might be the best that Shuri's going to do. I kind of want to flip over and play ramp myself now, even though we just beat it. DJC, happy Monday. Hello from Brazil, my fofo. Great to see you. International chat turning out. Always very excited to see you guys. Welcome. Give me Sunspot. Sunspot plus the armor for us. And folks be sleeping on Negative Patriot. Yeah. Negative Patriot has so many different answers jammed into that list. It's crazy. Shuri always had good matchups into ramp though, right? I guess so. She plays pretty happily on curve. I mean, I would have liked to be able to combo a couple more cards. Like the Sandman did hold me back, but with the Sunspot already developed early, that was pretty fortunate for us. Turned out okay. Jotunheim is terrible. Oh no. Any negative list is good, but you have to draw negative first, and with all the waves making a splash, it's hard wanting to run them. It is hard to be able to match up well against that, to be sure. I'm not going to get anything to be able to play off the back of Shuri. Unless I top deck it. That's tough. I might just pass now. Handing you a Shuri on the final turn, not going to be very exciting. It goes 0 plus Titania. It's good tempos. There's some kind of zoo. Okay. Oh, there was the Taskmaster. Okay. I think I zero out the She-Hulk. Auguring into the potential of what this opposing zoo list is. There's like two versions. It's Moon Girl Zoo with the She-Hulk, And then there's the version that runs Dracula that could run Destroyer, in which case playing zero to zero out Destroyer could be, but we're all protected by armors. Yeah, we'll zero out our own She-Hulk. So I'm adding 12. That's a dead tie. Oh boy. Here we go. Excited for the wave nerf, Nick? She has lasted so long. It's crazy. Oh, the Cosmo. Zap there. Wow. Why did I not realize that? I could steal the Titania. I was like, yep, zero into the Titania. That's what I would have done. The Cosmo blocks it. I'm not even playing around my own stuff. And there's the Destroyer. Remarkable. I think maybe we still got it. Meanwhile, just happy to see the peak go. Yeah. Getting Iron Man and Mystique for free potentially feels unfair. Getting Iron Man and Mystique for free potentially feels unfair, Zach, and the Mr. Negative? I mean, I think Negative deck is pretty fair. It's pretty played out at this point. Nah, they got us. What decks do I want to run in the tournament? Still figuring that out, Scorpion. Now I want to look at Negative Patriot. Titania didn't get zeroed exactly. And if we'd got the read on that, we would have won. What kind of nerf would Wave get? One more cost? One more cost feels like wild. I don't know what they're going to do with Wave. Some people are saying just change the interactions between Wave and Death and She-Hulk. But we'll see what they end up doing. She's been the way that she is for so long that it's hard for my mind to even understand what the alteration could be. Though I kind of like the idea of changing her just because she's so prevalent. Be able to see something fresh. Change our deck building around a little bit. No, my Magneto. Negative is tough because you have to get negative at the right time. Very hard to the cards. Yeah, negative is very hard to the cards. And so you have to balance out building around how much of a high roll you want when you get negative and how much of like your floor do you want the deck to have when you don't find negative, which a lot of decks are trying to use Wong to be able to hype them up, but it doesn't usually work. 4 cost so you can't She-Hulk. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, just 1 cost on the wave does break Doom Wave. Pretty much entirely. We're both just passing away. They're going to play Galactus on Xandark, so you don't want to play Galactus on Dark Dimension. So, I guess I hide these 2 cards on the offhand chance that they do not Galactus. There's the Electro. They are preparing. They are making ready. And they can play Galactus next turn. Are they going to play... I don't know what they would play. They're going to play like Doc Ock over here to be able to pull the good pieces out of my hand. And I do have good pieces. Play Shuri. Maybe we'll still find something. Heck, maybe we'll find the Cosmo. That would be amazing. Oh, because of Titan. That's right, he's early. Watch the wave change to be a 1-turn Sandman, but all cards in your hand are free. Ooh. All cards in your hand are free, but both players can only play 1 card. That would be a fascinating alteration. And would get around a lot of what they could potentially be seeing as problematic play patterns. Are you going to Spider-Man? Are you going to... Doc Ock? Armor, armor, armor. Please, armor. Oh. The guy can dream, right? Alright, do they have the Shang Chi? I know you run it in the deck, but did you draw it? Teddy, what do I like better? Hobgoblin or Titania? I like Titania better, Bender. I'm not the most creative or competent Titania player, as you saw in the previous matchup, but I do like the Titania. The 1/5 stat line is so good, and you can squeeze her in a lot of different positions.
Victory.
I feel like Wave getting 1 more cost and 1 less power, so she can still work like before with the Zabu, but then you'll require 2 cards that you might not normally use. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what exact play patterns the developers key in on wanting to remove, right? Jeff would still be able to be played as a second card. Yeah, Jeff would still be able to get squeezed in there. Jeff could still have a field day. Titania Green Goblin on a lane that has 2 cards feels amazing. That is true, that if you play them both together, Bender, they get better. Goblin plus Titania flying over to attack the opponent's board space. It's pretty awesome when you know that you can take the Titania back for yourself. We'll go Lizard. 4 energy wave. You can't She-Hulk, stops the Galactus T4 unless you get the Psylocke on the Zabu. Yeah. You can only effectively play Titania if she is the last card and the opponent has priority. Matthew, that's kind of how I feel about her. Do not have great success. Yeah, wave at 4 becomes a problem for the Zabu decks, because if you play her in a deck with Zabu, it's just the same. I mean, that's kind of just the power of the Zabu, though. Like, you brought Zabu in the deck, you ought to be able to get some reward. Imagine all the nerfs coming, but they're... make the Jeff meta. JP, Jeff was showing up all over in the early weeks of this season. Jeff has been everywhere. I've been enjoying him in a lot of different mid-range decks. Whatever the change will make me sad, but also glad that I already got the Infinite with your Doom, Death, She-Hulk madness. Yep, play it now before it's gone. The developers might never allow it to be played again. I think this is our time. We play Red Skull, buffed by 5, then the Taskmaster off of that. I could also full pass to be able to Taskmaster She-Hulk, buff the Sunspot. These are all great options. I'm going to pass. They're not going to run Killmonger, not with the Quinjet out here. Here we go. Always the most annoying Shuri line to be able to just pass into She-Hulk Taskmaster. Would be fun to use Spider-Woman and Hobgoblin in different decks. Yeah, Bender. I wish that Spider-Woman... I mean, Spider-Woman is fine. I guess I wish her ability was a little bit more dramatic. I don't know what more I really want out of her. Have I tried land in a Sandman deck? Valenti, yes. Yes, I have. I love it. Lad in the Sandman is so good. Being able to catch on Leader, being able to catch on Odin and Doctor Doom. Really fun stuff. Also being able to pick up your energy cheats if you haven't been able to find them. There's so much good stuff that Lad can do for you. There we go. Alright, Shuri dialing it back just a little bit here. Redeeming herself. We're starting to deviate back toward the mean. We had some rough matchups. These are looking a lot better. Yeah, the 4 costs are the game changers for most part, and so discounting is silly. The snap is just becoming 4 costs and Zabu, like for most of the meta lists. Alright, one more here, and then I want to play Ramp, actually. Usually plays for 12 without being stopped by Shang Chi. It's quite nice. She's great in the junk decks. 5-12 basically if you hit a full lane. Right. The Spider-Woman has good value. You just have to be waiting for her. Like, you probably want to play her on turn 6 instead of on turn 5. Which makes deck building around her a little bit interesting. But in the junk decks, she does fine. Kind of feels bad when a 11 stone does something but better. 11 stone? Are you saying like a Patriot buffed stone? Or are we talking about units of weight? Laxar? I'll go... I think I would rather zero out the Lizard than the Titania. Mystique copies on Odin or Wong with the Spider-Woman, and then Spider-Woman just nerfs their entire side. But then if you're going to do that, you might as well run Hazmat, right, Bender? Urko, hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Good to have you on the stream, mate. Can't wait for the Hawks to drop to S3 on Tuesday. Booter, this drop is fantastic. It's amazing. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hold Titania. Hope to draw her back. Oh, the Thanos stone. Okay. The 1/1 Thanos stone. Now I got you. But yeah, we get Hawk, we get Sentry, and we get Null. What a lineup in the drop, am I right? Is it a new season? No. This is the same Guardian season that we've been in. Alright. Sunspot, get huge. The Ghost Ridering back for the Sword Master. Cuts Sif? What is this discard list? Floundering is what it is. I think I play She-Hulk to then be able to combo Taskmaster and Titania. I want to be in a position where I am behind in initiative, so the Titania is free. Unstealable. So it's kind of counting on them scaling up at Adelan between the Sunspot and the Morbius. Heading for ramp, would I, if you do not have Jeff, Lizard, or Scorpion as a 2-cost, is ramp, are you saying is ramp still good? Or are you saying which one would you run? I would definitely run the Scorpion. The Scorpion is my preference there. Well, I could also just play Magneto. Like, we can move you guys. They played the Dracula. Magneto will be able to move Dracula and Ghost Rider. My Lizard will not be debuffed this time because I successfully zeroed him out. It is a weird deck, yeah. He's saying which 2-cost without Jeff. Yeah, Scorpion. I go Scorpion. I don't like the mind games around New York. There's so many different paths that it can be taken. There we go. Couple them away. Just the Chavez. Ouch. This card's still pretty good, guys. This card's still pretty good. I just ignore New York. Maybe that's what I should do. Just ignore it. Yeah, I thought MODOK might be dropping in. One more. End on a win. This card is very good. This card is very fun. I'm wondering, is like this card good enough to rock in the tournament? If they bring Cosmo, I'm in trouble. But otherwise, the list feels pretty resilient and pretty consistent at being able to find good value. So, all right, New York again. Here we go. Ignore the New York. Learn from our previous matches. This card wins because of Dracula. It's so uncounterable. It is. Dracula is just this like, I'm guaranteed value. You can't stop me. Shang Chi, who? Enchantress? No, I don't know her. Little Pikachu, I don't think Shuri is bad. I think Shuri still has some fight left in her. Love his Korg variant. Korg fighting ghosts. Yeah, that's a good one. He needs to get that one upgraded a little bit. This card I seem to have trouble to play against with any deck I run. They always seem to have the answer to everything. They hit their combos, they find what they need, they make it count. This pass hurts. It hurts a lot. All of our expensive cards in hand. I would have honestly rather drawn a rock there. Get the free 6 cost. What I really wanted was Sunspot. Spyro recently played discard in a tournament. It did not go well. Ooh. Tough. Only at level 58, but Shuri is still running really well for you. Yeah, I think that Shuri still got some fight. Teddy, what's my favorite card, Bender? My favorite card is the Hood. Love the Hood. Eye Laser's just fun to play with. Alright, well, we will be able to win on mid. I'm trying to piece together what Magneto could do for me I can shake up the rock slide and the Spider-Man. There's the bolts. Kills the Titania. Okay. So if I play like you here, I move Spider-Man and Rock Slide. It's gonna be 18 for them. I'm falling into the trap. I'm not ignoring New York. I could just pass them here on mid if I play here for 12 or 15. I mean, they can also like slide to the side and play in. I don't think it's a great position for us to play into. It'd be fun if you could write something on the background with vision so that they can see. Oh yeah, that would be hilarious. They can move the Black Bolt. They are about to play to. No, Black Bolt's a 5. But yeah, I could move the Hawk. Teddy, have I tried Onslaught Gambit? Mystique copies the Onslaught and the Wong. Bender, I have. The meme decks are pretty fun sometimes. Alright, where's my ramp? Ion ramp. Sunspot, Nebula, Electro, Wave, Jubilee, Iron Lad, Leech, Sandman, Leader, Doctor Doom, Odin, and the Chavez. I want to play a little ramp. I've got the evil card backs on this one. You love the new transitions? I've been trying to up the game here at the channel. I always want to bring the best possible content to you guys. Did I make my own overlay? Yes. I've pieced it together. We are looking to get additional help on upgrading the overlay. So we've got a professional artist that was just recently commissioned to work on some other overlay elements for us. Trying to take some of the support that the channel's been receiving to turn it back into production value. What pool is Hitmonkey in? Hitmonkey right now is Series 5. I need to start naming my decks. Every time I go to switch, it takes like 5 minutes GP. Yep. I tried, like, initially I was like, oh, I'm a content creator. I have to have, like, punny names. I'm like, but I just need to know exactly what they are as I'm scrolling through them. So I usually go for, like, boring names. Looks good. I am so illiterate with OBS, Mr. Doctor. Yeah, I'm using Streamlabs OBS, so it's a little bit more user-friendly interface. But then I do all of my like graphic design and whatnot inside Canva, and then I just import stuff over. All right. I think we like blind Iron Lad here. Whatever we find feels like it'll be pretty valuable. Well, except for the Odin. Jubilee, Wave, Electro would all be awesome. Let me still get 2 6 costs to the board. Maybe I just want the Jubilee. Alright, Wave it is. Wave into leader. Teddy, have I seen the ramp list that uses Iron Man, Blue Marvel, Ultron as an alternative win condition? It looks interesting, but I haven't tested it yet. Booter, I have played a little bit of ongoing ramp, and I never liked it as much. Okay, so I got... Oh, yes. Your White Queen took my Doom, and then my leader copied the Doom that you copied from me. And now I will play my Doctor Doom. Amazing. Amazing. Never thought on using an overlay that makes your hand look like you're only playing rocks. Too many Manny. The tournament overlay is this one. I would rather be lucky than good. Though I have it positioned oddly right here. I need to work on this one a little bit more. Enchantress is around for me to bother with ongoing. Yeah, Enchantress is too popular right now. The Inception Doom. It's like poetry. It rhymes. They got us. They had to read that Doctor Doom was coming in. I feel like I had to make that play though. The alternate would be Chavez. Chavez is not going to be as good. I like that leader is back. Imagine they played their own leader. If they played their own leader right there, it would have been incredible. Yeah, I still believe in matchmaking bias. The moment I pick Wong, everyone will have Enchantress or Rogue. It's a conspiracy theory. That's what the developers keep on telling us. But it sure feels like they run the answers. Sacred Timeline? I don't really want to fill the lane early, but it would give me potentially an extra Doctor Doom. Well, now we get a shuffle, so never mind. Go Zabu. No, I want the cards to reveal. Electro or Wave? I think Electro is the priority. Quite disappointed that he doesn't reveal because then it means that we cannot jump into playing our 5 cost here. Am I going to get Howard? Yes. I'm going to be testing it tonight. There should be a video out tonight. I'll go Wave then. Second dinner lies. Lies by the developers. There's no way it's a conspiracy. I switched to a Doom Death Wave after doing Iron Bolt deck all day and then had 3 mirror matches in a row. Yeah, awful locations. Electro's still better, I agree. So that's their Laddie Hawk. And then they have a Real Hawk in hand. I guess I play... Is it Leech or Sandman? Neither one feels great. I think I'll Leech. Petty, any tips on getting variants without damaging your wallet bender? Not really. I mean, it's all depending on what you want to get out of the game. If you really like going for the variants, then you can spend your gold on the variants out of the shop. But then you'll be a little bit slower on card acquisition. You'll still be able to get everything. It's just going to be on a longer delay to when other people get the hot stuff. That's all. I mean, making sure that you finish the battle pass is because there's a chance of getting variants out of the season pass caches that happen after level 50. Really, that's it. Actually, I want the Sentinel. I'll just play a Sentinel. What's the lad replacement here? Magneto? The lad replacement, what were we running? I think it was Arrow to get a little bit of control up against the opponent. Arrow with Sandman is pretty fantastic. It takes the damage to look good. Bummed the only good token bundle this month is the cash one for $100. Yeah. They're really stretching the idea of microtransactions, aren't they? Add Giganto into the list? You could. He's limited to only dropping on left, though I guess Jubilee could pull him. Generally, Doctor Doom followed up by Odin is good enough, though. R Sinister. Beardy Grizzly, great to see you. When do we get the free kitty? I believe that's going to be with the patch tomorrow. Iron Lad could pull Nebula, Electro, Doctor Doom, Odin. Really hoping for Nebula or Doctor Doom. The Odin would actually get us with the Sentinel. I don't know. I mean, we're in a claustrophobic board with Bar Sinister waiting to find the right piece to play over there. And I don't know what it's going to be. Am I in the content creator Discord for Snap Teddy? Yes, I am. Electro. This is where I play Leech? No, I don't draw. Well, I don't draw Chavez. That's the only thing that I would get. Felt I got super lucky on pool 3 completion by 3,200. Have some friends that are missing cards at 4,000 plus. Too many Manny, that is pretty great. 3,200 is a very good pace to be on track for completed collection. I don't have any like big pieces to play to the Bar Sinister here. Oh, I just hate the Leech that much. Without Wax, great to see you. Am I going to buy Howard the Duck? Can't wait. Lakey Breaker? Yes, I am. I'm going to be getting a video out tonight on all about the Duck Foo. What's my title for the Duck Foo video? All about Duck Foo? Much ado about Howard? Howard Laddie? Gotta have something that's clickable. A lot of games release patch notes a day or so before the patch goes live. What do I think is the reason Second Dinner doesn't do this? It's all about what the developer's workflow looks like and how much they are changing right up into the point of release. They don't have, as far as they don't have like a public beta environment. You know, like League of Legends has all the layers, right? They have internal testing and then they have the public beta and then it goes out and they'll do even advanced patch notes to what's going into the public beta. But Second Dinner just was like, here are the changes. It's been updated. I don't know what Ben Bro did over at Blizzard. If he did something similar or not. If I go... Wait, like, do I want the card destroyed? I want to be able to play Doctor Doom to be able to get a Doombot to stick to the Altar of Death. But I get more points if I keep Wave down. Here we go. Duck Foo, the legend continues. No more ducking around. Quack Foo? It's a Quack Foo? They should release Howard Counter where you can't tap on the cards. You can't tap on any cards. This is meant to preemptively nerf into the ground our latest addition here to the Snap family. Enjoy. Is there logic to not climb collection level while ranking to get matched with weaker opponents? Neo Razor, not really, because your matchmaking bracket is going to be so wide that I don't think you're really going to see a benefit from that. Slewing Detective Decks. Quackaboo. Alright. He's taking a peek at the top cards. I could see it. These are all great suggestions, chat. Keep them coming. We'll go Iron Lad here. Hope to pull. Leech. Leech sounds fantastic. They're probably going to wave, right? Tap this video to reveal what card it's about. Yeah, when you're in the the significantly smaller collection levels, then you're just playing a pretty caged up meta. Zoo and Dino. Crouching Lad, Hidden Duck. Isn't Nebula better than the Sunspot? My brother in Christ? Are you looking at the overlay? The same overlay that I'm looking at? Howard, one of the lads. One of the good old lads. I happen to see Nebula in my deck list, and I don't see Nebula in hand. It's not like I chose to play Sunspot over the Nebula. Okay, they just went Killmonger. If they play their own Doctor Doom, do they just play their own Doctor Doom? At which point, I leader. Ooh. I could leader to be able to try and steal whatever they play. I could also Chavez. Like, I do not have a good read as to what this deck wants to do, but the Storm Jester Jones tells me that it probably runs Doctor Doom. And then if I am Odin repeating mine, I will fall behind. But if I Chavez, I would win. And then if I make the ballsy leader play, I should also win. But if they play then like a Devil Dinosaur, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm gonna go for the leader. Leader's back, baby. There we go. There we go. Would totally put Electro in the duck deck and call it Detective Pikachu. The Detective Pikachu list. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it. It's either Sunspot or Nebula is getting cut for Howard. The Detective Pikachu list. Played Chavez just for me. I got an 11-point Chavez out of that. And here we get the rematch. Oh, baby. Hard-boiled crack the case with Howard the Duck. Do enjoy the leader song. The fact that leader doesn't have a visual or sound effect yet is criminal. Absolutely criminal. Okay, so here we get our Electro, which ramps us rapidly into being able to play any of our 6-cost cards because of the Odin here. Jubilee Bar Sinister is so good. It is not. Have you ever danced with a duck in the pale moonlight? What happens after collection level 3000? I'm at 2600. Your brackets open up into what's more considered endgame play. Okay. I mean, Jubilee sounds kind of fun here. But so does just playing Leech. Does Domino make the deck more consistent or worse? It makes it worse because if you have Domino, then Domino is going to be taking away a potential draw spot for an energy cheat of like the Electro or the Wave. And those are what the deck really lives or dies on. I think I want the leader again. I'm not going to get the Chavez. He hasn't drawn the Chavez yet. I could play Jubilee to try and pull something. I'm not going to get Dr. Doom. Unless I thin for it. I'll try the leader. Okay, just all the hobgoblins. I have no idea what their list is. Sunspot, Lizard, Storm, Shang Chi, Hobgoblin. Then they had Chavez. And they played... Didn't they play... They played Killmonger? Yeah, they also played Killmonger. Like I don't understand.
Escaped.
Leader should lean over and say it's lead-in time before he leads you to victory. Indeed, indeed. Jubilee into Lad into Doom. Come on, let's go. I mean, even that is not going to be able to get me the win because I'm so far behind on the Storm. There's only one word on everyone's mind, and it's Howard. The duck has come to snap. That's a good one. Some beautiful buffs for our pieces. Nebula, please. Bring Dirty 30 to the tournament. Do we need to go for it? Oh, my Odin. Ah, it hurts. Now we just go Sunspot. Howard finally getting the respect that he deserves. We'll see, we'll see. Once he releases what kind of respect he really receives. I think I'll go Electro. Look to be able to debuff their Lizard. Oh. Alright. Looks like we're going to be getting a rock here. Off to a rocky start. Would I say Lad is worth it, or should I wait until high Evo, in your opinion? The Electric Legend, I would definitely wait until high Evolutionary, if you can. If you have the patience to be able to see what kind of response he gets on release. No reason to rush. These cards are going to stay in Series 5 for a couple months, right? Until they drop down. Iron Lad is very good, and he seems like he's fitting into a lot of competitive lists right now. So you can't go wrong with either one, but right now we haven't been able to test High Evolutionary. I think High Evolutionary is going to be pretty competitive. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can play. Yeah, a little Sarah deck for us. So this is where... Oh, yeah, we lost the Odin. Right. The Lad doesn't feel like it brings what I necessarily want. Sandman usually does very well against the Sarah. I mean, it did. It forced them just to play the Enchantress instead of setting up the Sarah to be able to open up any kind of combos in this final turn. I guess I'll just play you over here. Here we go. Mysterio play. Okay. Followed by the Killmonger. The real Mysterio. Oh, they all got buffed by the Sokovia. No. So I should have put the Chavez on mid. Yeah, Chavez on mid would have won. But yeah, that's true. The High Evolutionary will be a big bad, so he will not be going down in price. So waiting for High Evolutionary makes the most sense. I don't believe in Howard much. I think he'll be a pass for you. Sitting around 5,700 tokens. Evo or Spidey seems more worth it. Yeah, the High Evolutionary, compared to Howard, for sure. Four-six leader, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. But I don't think leader up against Sarah was going to be able to do very much, Andrew. And the Killmonger was a hard counter anyway. With how much we put into our one costs on that one. Looking at the board after realizing it was a 50-50 where you place the card always hurts. Yep. You win some, you lose some. Playing discard for the first time ever and using the deck Teddy. It works fine. Great to hear, Grizzly. Great to hear. Hope it earns you many cubes. Wave me. Wave into the leader play. If you buy Howard, you will need to buy cosmetics. What is the best Howard variant? Trying to remember what he's releasing with. Howard the Duck. Ongoing. Tap to see the top card of your deck. The Dan Hip one's looking pretty good. The Noir one looks pretty good. I mean, the Cthulhu one also not bad. All right. Wave. Okay. Leader over here on right. How does Jeff rank versus Lad and High Evolutionary? I think like a step behind. It depends on how much this location lockdown meta hangs around. Jeff thrives against it. So now do I chain you with Sandman or do I clip you with a Leech? I think both will be excellent. I think the move is to play Leech. Here we go. We jug the jug. But yeah, Octagon. I would put Jeff. Like, Jeff is good, but he's probably going to be better to pick up as a series 4 rather than series 5 with how many other hot cards are releasing. So that's my recommendation. They will be able to get the win with 9, but not if I find Doctor Doom. So Doctor Doom here is amazing. Odin is amazing. It's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 winners. Here we go. The Electro is the loser. It's the Odin. And then I replicate what? What is your biggest card? The Titania is your biggest card? No, the Vision. Right.
Faster, baby.
Yes. Yes.
Victory.
So he's just like location lockdown. He's a storm deck. I don't know what else to call it. It's like straight storm synergies. Probably. I'll bet he has Absorbing Man in there to try and flood 2 lanes. Where do I rank Electro and pool 3 cards? I give Electro an honorable mention for early acquisition. So I put him like right outside of the top 10. Let's see. What was my current top 10? Take me home. I put Wave, Doctor Doom, Sarah, and She-Hulk as the like highest priority of acquisition. So now Wave is getting nerfed. And then I look at like Wong, Mystique, Absorbing Man as very helpful for being able to round out collections. And then Bast, Dracula, Patriot, and Death as kind of cornerstones for more niche archetypes. So those are your top, well, I guess that's top 11. And then my honorable mentions where Electro slits in is Electro alongside Valkyrie, Zero, Hood, Spider-Man, and Super Skrull, though. I mean, it feels like the meta for Super Skrull has already passed, so I might be dropping Super Skrull out of that list. Unfortunate, he just got there. Up against Thanos? I was given a demon out of the hood. So we could, like, Lad. Nope, my Electro keeps me from doing that. Alright, we'll just... That hood is a slap in the face. Play this. Whenever I hear Captain Marvel take off and I'm not 100% sure I won, I'm in full panic mode. Yeah. Because she does the little loop back to the same location now, which has always been weird to me. Location lockdown will be better with high Evo? Why do you say that, Andrew? We drew Sandman. I kind of want to thin the deck with the Jubilee here. Is there a card no one talks about that you would like to see buffed? Well, I mean, people already say, like, they want to see Crystal buffed. I would love her to be playable. She's just never been very useful. I've never found a good use for her, so I would love to see Crystal get a helping hand. Baron Mordo has still been pretty bad even after they changed him around a little bit, so Baron Mordo seeing some love, and the Punisher. They've got the headband, but Punisher is over here just doing nothing. Okay. Odin tries again. Crossbones isn't mentioned much. Yeah. Alright. Not bad. Especially with the Leech coming in and then Chavez ready to drop in for 9. Seems pretty good to me. Oh, you mean it's good against high Evo? Yes. Location lockdown, I think. I mean, location lockdown is good against most things. Anything that's not running Doctor Doom. Punisher just a Captain America that you have no control over. Exactly. Like, give him a little bit more punch. Or maybe bring his base power down, but then the power on his ability up. I don't know. I feel like there's plenty to do alongside Punisher. AR, I don't think I'm hitting infinite this month. Climb has stalled at 70 like never before. It's a competitive season. People are very scrappy, and the meta is chaos. I believe you can make it though. You just gotta wait for that hot location that plays into one of your favorite decks, and then you'll be able to take off. Crystal might see some play if it was a 3 cost, maybe in Surfer decks to search for the Surfer. She has an interesting idea of being able to cycle the list. I think there's a lot of different places where she could be played, but right now she's just not in anything. It'd be awesome, and Punisher got a buff for of some sort. Oh yeah. Demon was more than the Chavez there. I guess so, but then also would have been killed by the Killmonger. But I had leeched, so yeah. I guess I play Wave, even though I also Electrode. Oh, the Tinkerer's Workshop let me Electro early. I was like, why can't I play a 5 cost here? I don't play enough to get to infinite probably, Andrew. Just gotta be able to pace yourself in the game to the way that you most enjoy it. They are Cerebros. I wouldn't mind. No, maybe I would. I like a Cerebro buffing the Doctor Doom. Maybe they run Hobgoblin? No, not after Bast in there. Alright. Against the Leech. It's kind of funny. Thankfully we dodge it here. I use the peak as a hot location from rank 30 to 50. There we go, Terrell. Fantastic. You grabbed the opportunity by the horns. Dennis controls my favorite deck, and I'm struggling hard to win consistently this month. Kind of sapping my enjoyment overall, Jukaro. Yeah, all the other location lockdown that's up against Thanos right now. It's tough. He's still a good list, and he's very fun to be able to play. Very flexible. But sometimes you just get outrun. I play that list a lot myself. The Bleach cancels out. Nope. They do not cancel each other. They just nullify both hands. It's not Daredevil. I wish it was. Could you imagine if they did an animation where if there's 2 leeches on the board, they just like high five? That would be the best. I don't know if we take this one, guys. Come on. Hey. Very close, very close. Lockdown is hard too if you don't have Jeff, since he shows up a lot, yeah. Don't you hate those play X cost card quests when you're sitting in a match thinking, okay, it's obviously I lose it, but finally close. Yeah, exactly. When I'm infinite and I'm like, I have to play a 6 cost and I am hopelessly behind, or even if I'm like, I have to play a 6 cost and then my opponent retreats, it's like, no, I needed to play a 6 cost. Couldn't you have stayed in? Yeah. The high five. Wouldn't that be sick? That would make me put Leech into every deck. I think it would be hilarious. Run Leech just for the sake of seeing the animation. Indeed, indeed. Played a 0 into Baxter, they could have won. If they had played a 0 into the Baxter building, they could have won. They played Cosmo. The Ryu Cyclops handshake meme, but with Leech, exactly. They played a 0 the Baxter, yeah. Okay, we look for Wave, but then is unfortunately looking like we go Wave into a 5 cost. I would put Arrow instead of Leech in here, and then lead into the Sandman line more. I do like Arrow with the Sandman control, but I also like Leech. I think the Leech is still good. They have Odin. Alright, we Leech. Oh, if they rearrange their turn 5 play? Yeah, it was very close. I feel like I need to fish with Iron Lad for Leader or Doctor Doom. Do I want to go toe-to-toe with the Devil Dino, though? I guess so. Here she goes. After I play Lad Odin together, that'll be 8 power. Taskmaster copying the negative zone. Debuffed Dino. I guess they didn't want to play the Dino and have it die at Danger Room. And you are just Nebula. Well, fantastic. Now I could fish with the Jubilee to be able to find Leader or Doctor Doom. But I don't love that either. Sinister London cloak, only one cloak works. No, they should both work. Because they're on reveal. The on reveals trigger out of Sinister London. Just happened to you? Really, AR? I am surprised. I feel like it should not have happened that way. Could not move the cloak to the other cloak. Couldn't move the cloak to the other cloak. Well, alright. Is Devil Dino male or female? I don't know. Devil Dinosaur is from like another dimension. I think it's a he. I'm trying to remember. I've actually seen some of the Devil Dinosaur show. I'm pretty sure it's a he. But I guess I don't remember. She just calls him Devil. Or D. Boy, some ramp effects in the ramp deck would be great. That would really hit the spot. Now it's Cerebro 2s. The man is going on the Cerebro challenge, but he is going down. From 3s to 2s. I hope that we get another rematch and he's playing 1s. Devil Dino is a he? Yeah. Devil Dino's not from the Savage Lands? Nope. Devil Dino is from a portal that Moon Girl opens up in her basement. Wouldn't you want Iron Lad instead? Well, this way it thins the deck out, right? I guess with the hand that we had, maybe I would have wanted Iron Lad instead. Because we had a pretty great hand. Yeah, Iron Lad would have been better, I think.
Opponent snapped.
Oh, do they have Hazmat? I think they beat us here. Because they can play Storm plus then one other, like if the Storm Hazmat, right? Then they're at 10 and I'm at 8. Meanwhile at Pet Mansion, if I had played the Chavez, I would have gone up 14, 15, 16, but then the Hazmat again would have taken us back. He's banking on the Broodlings winning. Maybe he just had the Broodlings. If it was no Hazmat and no Storm, then I think that we would have been in a great spot. I thought exclamation point prediction was going to give you the spreadsheet breakdown, but Marvel Snap Zone has a good graphic right now. If we look at, where is it? Cards, schedule. Here we go. Series drop graphic. I always roll with Cage in my Cerebro deck so that I'm always a 2. Yeah, I think that's, especially after the Luke Cage buff, it's a no-brainer to include him, right? We get the Electro, but we throw off the shackles of 1 card a turn. He was expecting the Umbaku to win him the game. I mean, Umbaku might have with that board. If he was able to get extra ways to buff the pieces. Or be able to land it. Roll bounce. Well, we win these. I apologize to my opponent. I am running your hard counter. Waka. You don't use the Hazmat, Mike? You should definitely try it. Hazmat has stolen me many wins. After the Sandman here, we just go for Doom. And then I'm going to play Leader, I think, as the last piece. Then finally get Sentry tomorrow. Also expecting to see more Galactus with Null dropping to Series 3. Yes. Unfortunately, those who have the Galactus will now be in an easier position to acquire Null. For better or for worse. We don't have Jubilee or Lad. None of our deck thinning capabilities. They just go Nightcrawler. Ooh. There we go. Then I play Leader on right because if they move the Nightcrawler to the side, they'll be at 5 and then get buffed by 1 to 6, but I'll pass it. And then we will add whatever is the biggest card that they play. So then it comes down to margin of victory, and they're at 17, whereas I'm at 18. I'm just barely ahead. Do I stay ahead if they play to Angela and scale the bishop as well? They're going to gain an extra 3. Depending on their moves here, it could be a dead tie. Okay, there we go.
Victory.
Yeah, I think Cerebro 2s are just a little bit more consistent. Those Cerebro 3s are very fun with the Valkyrie and the Bast. If you hit Valkyrie and Bast in Cerebro 3s, then you're doing great. Sentry is very solid IMO. I love Sentry. The Sentry power swings are crazy. Really good. I have a Sentry list that I was playing around with, but I think it was just like a bad pocket of the meta. Everybody was playing something that was countering me. Lamentis? I think I'm okay with this, even though Jubilee and Lad are trapped in hand. Like, we've got the Nebula Sunspot scaling, and then we go Wave Leader, Groot, Doom. Alright, old Nick, what you got for us? Let's go. Watch, he's sitting on like a Killmonger to be able to knock over the Nebula Sunspot. That would be terrible. Okay. Lets us scale up. Yeah, exactly. Iron Lad is a 4/5 rock right now. I don't even need to use the wave, but I want to prime in the ability to play a Leader off of his best card. They're going to storm it. Okay, fair enough. This is where we Leader. I don't even care if I play Leader on the right, do I? Maybe I do if he has the Killmonger. Which Storm? He might in a Sarah Therese Surfer situation. Got the big ol' Magneto. And now, Nebula's going to keep on scaling, but even though we don't get the Doombot, we stay ahead. Give me... Is Groot better? If Groot lands, he's a 3/6. Yes. And then the Sunspot scales 1 extra. If I just play Iron Lad, he's a 4/6. So this, if I fail, I'm 2 points down. No, 1 point down. But if I succeed, I'm a point up. And this is just the baseline. I failed. Alright, well. Now is just Laddie. 4 cards in hand. What are you gonna play that beats? I will be at 13, 15. Well, that's 12. Rockets at the 14. Oh, it did get me. Hold on. Yeah, they got it. If I had played it in the other order, Iron Lad and then the Groot, that would have been the dub for us. Yeah, actually skipping would have been better in his Guardians themed list. I didn't know it was an all Guardians deck though. I guess it had some of the signs, but I was not expecting it. The Gamora Raccoon, one of the best turn 6 single lane combo plays. He's such a gracious winner as well. It really warms the heart as to what the state of the Snap community. How long is the hair? I cut it recently, so it's a lot shorter than it used to be. But it's like, I also showered recently, so it's all floofy. There we go. Normally I have it like with product slicked back where I wear the bandanas. It had been so long. Remember I was pool 2, we had a match. Now I'm 2k plus collection level. Raging, yes, I do believe I remember the match that we had against each other. Good times, good times. I'll go Leech here. Limbo, I think, pushes them. Imagine taunting when you're in Infinite. Congrats on the acute. Exactly, Jokara. N7, you play against Old Nick too? He's always like that? Well, interesting. So if I go up to 10, my Nebula can keep on scaling. I think it's worth it, especially with Limbo giving me extra time to keep scaling up. Oh, but the Blue Marvel now. The Punisher Bandana number 1. That is my favorite. Alright, Nebula's not going to make it now. Give me Chavez. Yeah, the Blue Marvel keeps him ahead. T-Dot, thank you for the follow, mate. Thank you. Hey, Teddy, random question, but if you had a Snap podcast, who would you want as your co-host? Who would I want as the co-host? Ooh, probably TLSG or Arnold T101. It's like very different things. TLSG I feel like matches my vibe and tempo pretty exactly. And then Arnold is like huge and very energetic. The problem is that Arnold is busy running an incredibly successful channel for like 2 other mobile games at the same time. Arnold is a machine. He's covering Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as like the full time, and then he's covering Lord of the Rings. The same makers of Swoga just made a Lord of the Rings version, and he's also doing Snap. The man is everywhere. He's prolific. Yeah, and I'm also trying to draft out of people who are not already in podcasts. So like, the big ones are Dara and... so it's Dara and Dexter. It is Cozy and... who does Cozy podcast with? I'm drawing a blank. Alexander, right? Alex, yeah, Alex. I mean, I have a great time on the Can't Stop Snapping podcast when I'm invited on. Always a good time over there. So I feel like Michael and I get along pretty well. LSG is my power animal, always doing laundry. When is High Evo patch dropping? High Evo is next week. So tonight is Howard the Duck, and then 1 week away is the High Evo. Yeah, we're doing Bar Sinister here. Let's rally some likes for the stream. Scott rallying the likes. It does help us get promoted out to the rest of the community, guys. It helps us a ton. You think High Evo is going to be great? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think High Evo is going to be very fun. So we just wait. Do I need Sunspot to scale, or do I drop like Odin? I think Odin is better. He's a little bit higher tempo, and he reactivates the Electro, which will give yet more points to the Sunspot. So really, he's like a 6-9 here. Though if they lock away Bar Sinister... Okay, they don't. Thank goodness. They cancel the Sandman, though. Here we go. Trying to decide between High Evo or Galactus for the purpose of climbing as high as possible. Well, Aaron, I hit infinite myself using the Galactus, so take my advice with a grain of salt, but I would wait to see High Evo's response. Get to see some testing of the High Evolutionary decks, but also, I mean, I think it's going to take a little bit to figure out where the best spots to put High Evolutionary are going to be. Seems like he's got a couple different decks that he lends himself to. You kind of have a split down the middle of the cards that he is giving powers to, and which synergies you want to focus, and then what packages you want to be able to run. I'm very excited for High Evolutionary. That's my most highly anticipated card of all time here in Snap. Behind, like, Thanos. But Thanos was in a different situation because he was, like, visible in the game. He could be created by random effects for a while, but he wasn't generally available to the collection, and then they finally released him. So the excitement came in a different dosage. Here, High Evolutionary is just like, wow. I still love the story. Ben Brode pitched it as a joke, and the designers were like, we're going to do that. High Evo in Thanos list will be fun. I think he's going to be great in a number of different lists. Is She-Hulk Series 3? Yes, Jeff. She-Hulk is S3. This Nova is going to be nasty. You put a Mysterio in there? Okay. So up, I think all of the Novas beat me. So we go up to 20? Oh, 21. Hats off to ya. Yep. So close. Ha! $23 to $18, and then $21 to $20. Oh, he had the real Mysterio there. There we go. Just got Black Bolt in the collector reserves. Should I get Stature or wait for her to drop, nerd? Let's see. When is she dropping? Stature drops alongside to Series 4. No, she's already Series 4. When does she go Series 3? She's going to go down to Series 3 next month. Nerd, it depends on if you have any of the high-profile Series 5 cards on your radar. If you don't, then I think getting Stature is pretty good. I mean, she's in a great list right now, and I think that's actually what we're going to play now. Take me back. To Stature-esque. I don't have Lad in here yet. There's also our Void deck. Let's play a little bit with Sentry. He's going to be dropping in the series drop. It'll be exciting to see him. How many new decks will be created based on High Evo? Will he be as flexible as Thanos? He's not going to be as flexible as Thanos, I don't think, but he is going to be, I think, more than just one deck. Like, in the initial reveal, everybody was like, High Evo, a whole new archetype, it's going to be like high Evo Dex, but I think that he actually could be in a number of different things. He's going to immediately slot in well to every... Well, it depends on what the change to wave is. That also is going to be a big deal. Like, if they gut wave, that's something that a lot of people had as a big play for that deck. Because you would play wave to be able to play something in conjunction with the free A-bomb. And if wave's interaction with those cards has been changed, maybe that list is not going to exist. Or maybe the addition of a free A-bomb is going to keep new wave in a good spot. We have Luke Cage, so we play Typhoid Mary here. I'm thinking 3 to 4 high Evo builds with variations on those. That sounds about right. Yeah, lost to Dracula. Moshi Miniburi really out here just gambling. Ronin? That's a terrible card for them. So we could play the Enchantress to take him out. We can also drop our Luke Cage now. No time like the present. Gutting Wave will open a lot of turn 6 flood decks with Kitty coming tomorrow. Maybe Bounce again. Bounce could be. Maybe that's what I want for the tournament, is just play some Bounce. Maybe stick to the fun cards. Stick to the favorites, right? He's snapping back. I respect it. That's the right order. Yep, right order. Gotta double check. Ramp will be nerfed more if they gut Wave. That is true. Wave's getting changed. Wave is on a expected changes list. They got the Rogue to steal away the Luke Cage. Here you go. Enjoy that. Kitty is coming tomorrow. That is the understanding. I need to Enchantress. Knocks out the Morbius. Knocks out the Ronin. Knocks out the Typhoid Mary. And then I just play Mr. Fantastic. Yep. That feels like the best we can do. Glenn hinted at it in the official Snap Discord. Yes. On changes coming to Wave. I wouldn't trust Bounce after Dara's Mold deck. Yeah, that trapped Jeff pretty good. He was just left floundering. But it got him there. It got him to the finals. Here's the thing. Because I can bring 2 decks, then you really just played MODOK to be able to pump up Morbius? Okay. Because I can bring 2 decks, if I see somebody is running a Master Mold list that's going to hard counter Bounce, I can run whatever more safe pick that I want. The beautiful thing is... Humor me for a second. So I've got, like, Bounce, right? The cards that I play in Bounce don't overlap with very much. The Shang Chi is a little precious as to where you want to give that over. But I could run like a... It also depends on if I want to run Hawk in Bounce. Because the fallback could be the Black Bolt stature list. That wants to run Hawk. We'll see. But if I fit Kitty in here, maybe I don't play Hawk here. Maybe I play like Collector or something like that. Rearrange this list a little bit, and then I run the classic Black Bolt stature list as the other deck. If they kill Wave, my discard deck will be so strong. That way you can drop all of those free swarms to the board. Hugelin's bounce deck was crazy, and he was very good at playing it. Just gotta be careful for the control. Yeah, the Killmonger would shut me up pretty good. Is that it? Do I need to run Killmonger in the tournament? Like, what if I brought a Death Wave or like a Thanos Death? There's so many options. So many good options. No Luke Cage here. And then maybe double Mr. Fantastic. Cries over the new ramp deck, yeah. Thoughts on Mojo as a card? T-Dot? Ooh, thoughts on Mojo as a card. Disappointing? I mean, it's like a huge upside for a 2 cost, right? 2/8 stat line is incredible, but it's really hard to be able to get him to activate. You have to contribute significantly, and then your opponent has to do part of the work as well. So it's fun alongside Valkyrie especially. Or Nebula. I love the conjunction of Nebula and Mojo, so either they fill in to stop the Nebula scaling, but then they let you score the Mojo, so it's like the opponent is danged if they do, danged if they don't. Love stuff like that. Alright, I want Hazmat. I really wanted double Hazmat. I could go double Sentry with the Cosmo established. That actually has to be better, right? Please go left. Hey. Very close. Very close.
Victory.
Too bad there's not a friends list. I would add you and play again. I can't remember what I ran. Too many Manny? I know. Why don't we have a friends list? I mean, you guys join the Discord. !Discord in the chat to be able to join the Discord. You'll be able to find the same crowd that's here on the streams, and you can find friendly matches pretty consistently. People always talking about the new cards releasing. Great time to hang out. Been thinking of a Human Torch Null deck. Get the torch big if the opponent uses Killmonger. You have Null to back it up. Maybe 2099 Spidey will bridge, move, and destroy. Without Wax, that is a terrifying thought. I had not previously considered the ramifications of Spider-Man 2099 and Null together in move. That sounds wild, but I'm here for it. That sounds actually psycho. Viper pushes Hood away. Cosmo again. Everybody's rocking the Cosmo, and I love it. We've got the surprise Orca. People in the beginning of the stream were saying, Teddy, Orca's getting me wins. We'll try it. Orca on right. We conveniently have an open lane here. Sentry is not going to put the Void over there because he's going to get blocked by the Cosmo. Love some Toxic Valk. Some very Toxic Valk. Is Mr. Fantastic the best card here? I wanted another way to be able to buff a lane that I was hitting with the Valk. Also, we have not seen Sarah at all in our matches. Too many Manny? I hope you have a great rest of your day. Glad to have you on the stream. Wonder what the theme is with the Aquarians all having to be alone in their lane. Yeah, it's like they don't... I think the idea is they're characters that have had pretty bitter rivalries with each other in the comics. And so they tried to embody that in like thematic abilities where they need to play solo, otherwise they self-destruct. Either by getting weaker or actually dying off. I don't know. Lore Masters in the chat might have a better take than me. You replaced Mr. Fantastic for Carnage. Carnage, chews away debris, kills the Hood. Sounds good. In Orca we trust. With double Cosmo, it's about all we can do. No. Mystique's gonna be big. Coulson buffs her. Yeah, Coulson gets her up. Well played, well played. Good old Dino. Dino's still getting it done. Which honestly is another contender for the tournament. My good cards Laddie. There he is. My Dino lad. Let's play a couple more Voided Victory games though. Nobody expects the Orca. I didn't expect the Orca. It popped out of the hood. All I see are Sarah decks. They frustrate me more than the Galactus nerd. She is everywhere. Can you imagine, nerd, that she used to be a 5? I mean, I'm sure that you were playing then. She used to be a 5/5. She was even more dominant and prevalent. Also, it used to be that you could play Magic on turn 6, so you would play Sarah, and then you would play Magic plus a 3 cost on turn 6, and then you would have turn 7 to drop your whole hand on them. Those were the days. I wish they worked like the Wakandans. In this, they're all supposed to buff Black Panther. The Atlanteans should all work to buff the Namor. Ooh, that would be interesting. If Sarah got a nerf, what would it be? I think you just take another point off her. You bring her down to a 5/3. There's a lot of cards at the 5/3 stat line. She joins Leech and Sandman. Not exactly the company that you want to be keeping, but that's probably what it would be. So at what power would you not play Sarah? I feel like I'd still play her as a 5/2. With 5/1, you would play her as a 5/1? I would not play her as a 5/1. I can do so much more with turn 5 than play 1 power. Yeah, I think the only thing that I would ever nerf would be power. Leave the ability as it is. It's a very fun ability. Very fun ability. It's nice that it is strong. I just want it to be not quite as prevalent. Namor is very arrogant. Pretty much feels like he doesn't need help to win. When he has teamed up, he has either been betrayed by Doom or betrayed to them. There we go. I think I play like Debris. Keep on cluttering their side of the board. We fill in their side of Eternity range, hopefully before they're ready for it.
Wind, aid my hand.
Oh, 5/1 is where you draw the line, but you might still do the 5/2. I don't know if I play her at 5/2. Maybe. Maybe I do. Okay, so I set up Mr. Fantastic. Hold on. I flip first, so Hazmat is not it. I could play, yeah, Zabu for the points. Sure, I play Zabu for the points, then I play Mr. Fantastic, give the buff, and then I play Valkyrie down mid and win through the Mr. Fantastic. This sounds good to me. Big Jim, I don't play many other card style games. Do any of them have a feature or a card text that you think would work well in Snap? What they can do to update and keep the game feeling fresh after 6 months? Ooh, interesting. What would we love to see from another game get included here in Snap? Whoosh. Well, now Valkyrie's not looking so good. But hold on. So if I Hazmat, I do win on mid, and then I could play the Typhoid Mary for 10. And so I'd be down by 1, I'd be down by 3, up by 1, and then up by whatever the Typhoid Mary allows. They've already spent the Gamora. They probably have Rocket. I feel like they probably pass me here. One thing that I would love to see get added to Snap is cards with effects that happen on reveal. Or not on reveal, on draw. So we have on reveal and we have ongoing. But what about card effects that take place when you draw them? Then you could fuel kind of a new subset of synergies on cards that work well with being drawn and then cycled back to deck through the lockjaw, and kind of like buff up your hand, other things like that. Never scared of Sarah, but the way the devs nerf the most popular cards, I wouldn't be surprised. Sarah Miracle's been on the top of the meta for a while now. Yeah, that's the thing, is she's just been around everywhere, right? So you're saying a crystal buff, exactly. What we really need is a crystal buff, guys. We'll go Mary. Andra would be dope. Uatu, add Uatu to that list. Yeah, exactly. And then that deck type comes out. Widow and Master Mold will rule them all. Indeed, indeed. They just stuff your ability to cycle. Your hand is full of junk. We have discard from hand. Hope we get discard from deck mechanic. That would be a good counter to the Hawk. Would be interesting. Be able to cut up things in your own deck. To be able to get a benefit somehow. Terra has been popular, but the cards in the deck have been changing constantly, so I think it's fine personally. Deathwave is another hand, is virtually unchanged since the Shulky came out. I mean, that's true, but also, like, Zabu Sarah is just everywhere. It is everywhere, it is everything. Play my Cage. Play... So these cards are all going to get shuffled to the side. You set up the Wong? You want to play to that right now? It's getting moved over. No, that was created by X-Mansion. Actually incredible for them that they got a 2-power, right? Because they're probably Cerebro 2s. It means they probably have Luke Cage themselves. Maybe my Enchantress will be able to hit their Cage. Let's try this. They just storm Stark Tower. Okay. I can't help but feel like you wanted to storm Bifrost instead, but maybe not. We could see a Zabu nerf. I could see a Zabu nerf going down to 1 power. I don't know about changing his ability, though. I like the ability. With the update to the minimum of 1. And the cards cost 1 less. Well, this was already here, but the cards cost 1 less. That's good. Making him a 3 cost would also, like, really hurt, but I could see that as well. I think that I just... Sarah? I mean, we're so far ahead over here. If I had to choose, nerf Sarah, not Zabu. I feel like Zabu is in a perfect place right now, allowing so many bad cards to be viable. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if they nerf Zabu, then you probably want to buff some of the 4-cost cards that don't see any player loving after that. Yeah. All right. I mean, they could catch us out, but I feel pretty good with this. Yeah, there we go.
Victory.
3-4 Zabu makes negative unplayable again. It would be a hit to the negative. I mean, negative was just running like Psylocke magic to be able to hang on without the Zabu, and then once it got Zabu, it kind of cut the magic. It could go back to magic. Crystal buff, play center, shuffle hand into deck, draw 3 cards, and get 2 cards each turn instead of 1. Ooh! Draw 2 cards instead of 1 for the rest of the game. So she's just like Adam Warlock without the restriction, and then you have the initial hand cycling. It would be a very different look for the crystal, but I'd be here for it. Problem with negative is that he's barely playable, as is anyway. It wasn't always the case. So what was making negative so dominant when he was on top of the meta? I feel like his deck list was basically the same. Was there something that I'm not remembering? But we had the first time the peak was the hot location. Everybody lost their minds because negative was already the best deck, and then it just made that list better. Give me Zabu, give me Demon. 3-4 Zabu has the same ability is useless. Yeah, it means that you don't get your 4-cost early, basically, right? When he was a 4-4, no, he was still the lower power, I think. Yeah, negative was 4-4, then 4-1, then 4-1. White the evolution. I want to be able to Enchantress over here on the side, so then maybe just like Mr. Fantastic Hazmat for 2? Wow. Was it just that back then Mr. Negative was at one of the higher power levels on his own body? Maybe that's what it was. Do something like this. Yup. Spectrum buffs. Take away the power from the Ant-Man. They do still maintain the Spectrum buffs, which is too bad. If we'd flipped first, then I think Spectrum doesn't buff them. Imagine how hated you must be by the developers to go from a 4-4 to a 4-1. Well, it's because the deck was that oppressive. It was everywhere. Alright, I want to play a little bit of Good Cards Laddie, and then after a couple games here, we will get our raffle going. Crystal is a good card if you have 3 cards or fewer in hand, including Crystal by T4. You should give 1 extra draw, but playing so many cards by turn 3 is hard. Yeah, and then you don't have enough board space to really be rewarded if you have like a deck of all these really cheap cards. Like if you had more space on board to get them, they are more energy efficient cards in terms of producing power normally, the 1 costs. But then you just run out of space and can't do anything. Wow, the energy efficiency here is crazy. Zabu, Quinjet, Elysium. Let's see what we create. This is gonna go nuts. What if Crystal just gave new cards you draw +1 power, for example? Simon, you want a worse Nakia? Or you're saying after you cycle your hand, those cards that you drew were buffed? That would be interesting. I'd be here for that. Let's go Dino. Alright, Quinjet's out. That's fine. Because we can play Mystique White Queen together. Wowza. Yeah, whatever you draw is buffed. That would be interesting. So rather than buffing the crystal body, you say that what the cards that she allows you to draw are also buffed. I kind of like it. You draw 3 cards with crystal right now. So if you drew... Crystal is a 4-4, and then she lets you draw the cards, and all the cards are buffed by 1. If you can then play them, she's like a 4-7 total value. Would you buff them? How much would you buff them? What if she was like a 4-2, but the cards you drew were buffed by 2? Some things to think about. Wow, Omega Red could actually go off. I mean, maybe. I hope so. Play you. Just hold on to the Shang Chi. Yeah, I think so. I don't think the Valk is what I wanted. I mean, maybe. I am flipping first. I got Death. Death would have been playable. And then the Enchantress as well. Wow. What's this last one? Hit monkey. Alright, that's really good for them. Crystal has good variant. Second dinner, please rework her. He does have some great art. It might be slow, but how does Kitty actually work? Does she automatically go back to your hand every turn? Yes, AG. So at the beginning of every turn, she's going to hop back into your hand. Meaning that on the final turn, like playing her, you're committing to spending an energy, at least one more energy on the final turn to get her back to the board. Yeah, he had every single answer. Shang Chi and Enchantress. Tearing us up. Onslaught Citadel, really good. And then Titan to be able to get Doctor Doom down early. Don't mind if I do. The longer I can wait until I play my ongoing cards, the better. So I can dodge some form of control. Let's go for White Queen here to feel out the opponent. Hopefully we draw another card that could be benefiting from Titan. I would really love to play Crystal. I have the Jamal Campbell variant and I love it. Yeah, exactly, Simon Clark. So much stuff to love there. The Dark Nizzle, what's up from Dallas, Texas? Sorry I missed most of the stream. Just landed about an hour ago. Hope you had a safe trip. This feels incredible. Now the opponent has it as well. But I can't help but feel like with all this energy efficiency, because we have more expensive cards, we'll be able to leverage it to a better effect. There we go. Sarah v. Sarah. Even when Zabu discounted cards by 2, she felt bad to play. Exactly, Simon. That was her time. If there was ever going to be a time, that was it. And she missed the boat. We go Rock Slide. We go... wow, they have so many... When things are discounted by 2 with the Sarah, it's the Wild West out here. Doctor Doom. Agent 13. 6 energy, Titan, and Sarah on Onslaught Citadel. What can you make happen? This is like my 4th Sarah matchup in a row. Yeah, exactly. I want to wait on the Dino until the very last turn. If at all possible. I want to wait on Dino and Hawk. Get the Agent Coulson in there as well. I get a Forge? Not going to use the Forge. Okay. They will have the Killmonger. Take out the Agent 13. They go Hit Monkey now, rather than waiting. Alright. There's the Quinjet. Final turn. 6 energy. Everything is as close to free as you will ever see. I like this spread. Five cards in their deck. Yeah, I love this spread. It does pass on the 2/6 Iron Lad, which hurts me, but I think it's what I want to do. Wonder what the idea behind Crystal was to begin with. All I can think of is maybe helping your discard cards for Strong Guy, but even then, you may not have time to empty your hand. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Iron Lad into Mystique as a 1 in 3. I don't think that's worth it. It's a 1 in 3, but I mean the downside is right that he's just a 2/6, which is pretty good. Agent Coulson though is a 1/4 that is then buffing Dino by 8. So gotta take your pick. There we go. The Absman follow-up. Nice. Shang Chi whip. Where's the real Mysterio? Yes! Yes!
Victory.
Oh. So close. Grizzly, you got an awesome Moon Knight variant. Nice, nice. There we go. All right. Let's rock up with our raffle. So close, so close. Launch! Exclamation point pick me. Spacebar, number between 1 and 100 in the chat to be entered in for a chance to have a live friendly battle with me on stream. Best of luck. Everybody can enter and anyone can win. Viewer battles, always an awesome part of the stream. Simon Cleric was our previous matchup. We had a great battle. Wakandan Embassy buff. Okay. So if I go Olsen here, I get 2 cards. I still get a card draw. I want to play White Queen because then I will likely grab a card from their hand that was also buffed by Wakanda. And hopefully I can get all of these cards to the board. It's going to be quite the job to do so, though. You know, Shuri getting the Wakandan Embassy buff is amazing for them. Let's see what they have there on the high end. Yep, Simon just throws out a couple tickets and he makes it happen. Alright, they are not alive. I don't know what they are doing, and they have magic in their deck. That is... What is it? What are we playing up against? Devil Dino is going to be huge. Iron Lad could pull. I mean, a number of good pieces. I think I'll just play the Dino, though. I do have the Mystique.
Wakanda forever.
Okay. Are you looking to Zola? Like, did you draw Zola and want to change your game plan? I feel like that must be what happened. So, we have Doctor Doom. We have Mystique plus Agent 13. Do they just like Taskmaster here? Off of the 24? Making me wish that I had control. If you're just gonna Taskmaster, you'll win. There's the crystal. Not at all what I want alongside Devil Dinos. Probably the Zola, I guess. I think it's actually the Taskmaster here. Yep, there we go. Wow. So, should I have played Mystique on mid? I feel like Mystique on mid might have been the answer. If it had been Mystique on mid, well then, like you're just counting on the Zola not being able to hit the Panther, basically. But I would have been able to be taller than the Taskmaster. Could have done it. Plunder Castle. Thank goodness we have Dr. Doom. I'll go for early Korg, or do I go with early Quinjet? Quinjet into Agent 13. Raise and Shuri play, indeed, indeed. They are very fortunate that I don't have the Shang Chi on this list. Cut it out to be able to include the Iron Lad. Sorry for your loss. Also glad I'm not the only one facing tough matches today. Great Bookworm. Yep, it's been quite the day. It's been fun though. Play you guys. See what we can put up at the Nexus. They do have redstone to be able to change Nexus around. Forever, thank you for the follow. Thank you. All right. We're ready to choose our winner. TJC. Congratulations. You are victorious. You know the drill. Enter in the battle code, and I'll hop into a match. What if he played Taskmaster on the left, though? Oh, yeah, then he would have got me. TJC. Let's throw Bolt at him. I mean, a 4/8 that's making him discard a card feels fantastic. Knock that out of his hand. They lose the Spider-Man? Yes! Hold on, are you just going to Galactus at Plunder Castle now? I feel like they might just play the Galactus. And then I'm stuck with only Doctor Doom. Oof. Big oof. For the chat. Yeah, there's a Galactus. Sweet. Alright. Get me out of this matchup. This is nightmare.
Escaped.
Playing Galactus and Infinite. Exactly, forever, exactly. What do we want to rock? A little bit of Sauron tempo, mayhaps? Yeah, I'll join with some Sauron tempo. Playing the decks we love. Slap, slap, boom. Click, click, boom. Sinister London opening match. Here we go. Thank you, Booter. Zabu gets in. We get 0 off of the Red Skull. Drawing from our deck, so they are also a dino list. Galactus and Infinite, do they not enjoy the game? Hey, D long streak? Member for 3 months. GM Dedic grows stronger. Got my 6k tokens for what's his name in 2 weeks. High Evolutionary is, I assume, what you are thinking about. I'm incredibly excited. Most highly anticipated card to release in Snap ever, in my humble opinion. Thank you for the membership, mate. Thank you. Support for the channel is amazing. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I've been slotting in Spidey as well. Can't wait to get him and not use him after the first 2 days. I think that he could stick around in the meta. I'm pretty excited. Alright. So we dodge the Zabu. We hit their Quinjet. We have... like Jeff 0 to be able to set up Red Skull, move Jeff, and then play something else. The Enchantress nerfed is making you sad, Jason. You liked her as the 4/6? 4/6 was way too much, though. 4/6 was nuts. Alright. That was, hold on. Created by Agent Coulson. Alright. Trying to get a feel as to what is his deck that we're playing against and what is created. Yeah, she's still better than the 4/4. It was inevitable. I honestly thought it was going to happen after just 1 week. Like, they spiked her up pretty high. It was an overcompensation, to be sure. Yeah, she was very addicting to play. I mean, it felt great.
It's clobbering time.
Thing as well. Wow. Well, there's Nebula showing up late to the party. Move Jeff mid. I flip first. But Titania isn't dangerous. Not really. I think I want to stack right. So we'll put Lizard down here. So we're going to try and stack left and right. Here we go. Do you run Shang Chi? It's going to make a big difference in this matchup. At this point, there are way too many grade 4 drops, especially with the Zabu around. Zabu makes all the 4 drops great, except for Crystal, apparently. Crystal and Crossbones, still the ones who are struggling to see any play. Yeah, Thing has to be Coulson. She was fine at 4-4, to be honest. Tech cards shouldn't start these stat sticks as well. I mean, the developers were seeing that she was getting edged out by Super Scroll and Rogue, so they wanted her to still be an option. The 4-5 feels pretty good. It's a very delicate balance when you have so many cards that do the same job that, like, naturally one of them is going to be on the bottom, or one of them is going to be the most popular. Hope I'm never in a world where Shang gets Enchantress treatment. Shang at like 4-6, 4-5? Oh my gosh. I don't think he will. I don't think that will happen to us. I'll go Jeff just for the flexibility. Shan is a 4-drop and she's broken. Anna can produce a lot, then the cards just betray you. I thought I would see Nebula way more, but seeing less of her lately, I am surprised at that as well. It feels like, I don't know, not as many people playing her, not as many people bought her, not as many people want to play her. I'm not sure, like, did people think that there was too much Killmonger to get her in, or they didn't want to have to pair up armor to protect her? I think that she's still great. So I can go Lizard. I'll let the Nebula just keep on doing her stuff. I'll hold on to Ebony Maw. I'll play Zabu instead. For nothing. Just hoping that I get the Moon Girl here for a turn 5 hand development. It is too much Killmonger right now, Jason. Well, thank goodness it's not in this list. We do not have to fear her at the moment. I will play 0 Titania. I think we can push a little here. We've got the Ebony Maw plus whatever we draw. Definitely lost a couple games forgetting that Nebula was there. It'll catch you. There's the Devil D. Come on, Enchantress. Moon Girl? Oh. Okay, okay. So Nebula could go up by 2 to 8, and then the Maw is not enough, so I have to play like Ebony Maw on left, taking me up to 14, which is pretty good. And then I can move... like I can play Moon Girl here, but do I move the Jeff as well? Do I want to be at 17? Up by 10. Versus... maybe I do. I think this is the best split for us. Looks like I should have stuck around. 8. Yep. The Mystique Coulson, turn 6. That's what it is. We have the Enchantress, just didn't find her. And Jeff staying would not have won. If I had played Ebony Maw, I mean, if I had played Ebony Maw along instead of the 0 on right, they probably would have put the Devil Dinosaur somewhere else. Hopefully Conquest mode will make rank a little bit more casual, but the rewards in Conquest have to be epic. Yeah, to get people to try and grind through, it seems like a tall ask, because it seems like it could be a very frustrating game mode to interact with. Oh dear. Give me Nebula, and then give me 0. This is going to be rough because their deck can continue to generate all these extra card plays, whereas we're locked with what we've got right now. It's going to be a Lizard. Turn 4 is going to be like Jeff Zabu, I think. What card releases tomorrow or tonight, depending on where you're at, is going to be Howard the Duck. That is amazing at zeroing out the next play and then basting the high-powered cards or dropping Ebony Maw on your face. Exactly, great Bookworm. There's so many one-costs that really burn you. You've got the Helicarrier in there as well. Wow, what a fun list. Just got null to 336 power and 6 Wolverines on the board, each above 16 power without wax. I kept on waiting to be able to have a Wolverine Bar Sinister game, but it never quite happened for me. I really wanted that. Go for like the Wolverines on the Bar Sinister in conjunction with a Carnage or a Venom, and then Zola that afterwards, and just all of the scaling after that would have been amazing. Stiff Carrier. Created by the Helicarrier. The Helicarrier gave them the Electro to be able to massacre my best cards. It's a hit job. Alright, we're out. We're out for one on that one.
Escaped.
Sonic Snap, great to see you. Destroyed Zolad on Bar thanks to Wave and Elysium. Yes, that's so good. With Kitty being given for free, I think content will do great seeing everyone. We'll have her and be able to play with what you come up with. Looking forward to it. I am looking forward to jamming Kitty again. Been waiting to be able to get her back in action. I hope the content does well. We had a great week, like a week and a half ago, and then have fallen into a little bit of a slump.
Opponent snapped.
What luck, I'd never have such good rolls. Yeah. Yeah. With the Sauron here, I feel pretty good about continuing. We have yet to have our big Ebony Maw Moon Girl combo, but it will arrive. Don't you guys worry. Altar of Death, wow. Okay. Do I want to sacrifice the Sauron? That means that next turn I could play the Red Skull just like right away. That sounds fun. They do have nowhere to be able to protect their Devil Dinosaur from the Enchantress. But we have Lizards sticking to Altar of Death right now. And I don't think they've shown a way to be able to get into locations that are otherwise locked down. So that feels great. Do I snap back? I mean, I'm sitting with Lizard on the Altar of Death. Sure, they can generate random stuff out of Agent Coulson and out of Agent 13 and out of the Helicarrier. Are they running Nick Fury as well? I mean, who knows? They might. I haven't seen 4 of his cards. I accept. Teddy, the other day I played a Galactus player that played on turn 7. Played 2 turns 7 even after I caught out his Galactus and got 4 cubes. Don't even know if he was donating or just a good sport. There's good sports out there, nerd. Maybe he thought that he had a line if he had like a top deck that would have still allowed him to win the game, and so he was playing for that. But then it didn't materialize. Hard to be able to say what they were anticipating without knowing their exact board, but it feels incredibly satisfying to be able to stuff the Galactus and then get the dub, right? It's one of the best feelings in Snap. Okay, the play is... I want Jeff to be able to play Jeff on right, just because I'm a little worried about what... Oh dear. I'm about to only play Jeff. I guess I could play like Titania and then Jeff. Yeah, this is the move. Here we go. Yeah, Kitty's the perfect Nebula counter. It's going to be really interesting to see how we can manipulate that. Ironheart buffs and then she dies. Ah, Captain Marvel. Fun, fun. But Jeff stays ahead. And then... I flip first. Typhoid Mary plus Ebony Maw. It's a lot of points. 17 points down mid. If the Captain Marvel tries to relocate, I stay ahead. Ooh. 5 cards in hand. Their collector is 10 power, my friends. That's great. Well, 2 of it is from the Ironheart, right? So it would be a 2/8 out of the collector buffs on his own, and then he got the helping hand. Wow. I accept. He does have the Nick Fury, of course.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
Yes! The comeback.
Victory.
Up 8, down 5. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We needed that one. Seems like a deck I posted on Discord a while back is called Ode to RNGesus. I love it. Alright, I will wait. I could let Ebony Maw just be the sacrifice at Vormir. That could be fine for us. His deck seems fun. His deck seems very fun, especially with the buffed collector. Props to TJC. Bring in the spice. But if I get Sauron, then the Moon Girl Ebony Maw is just so good. I'll wait one more turn. Though I hate not developing early tempo. Teddy, is Kitty your favorite X-Man, or do you just like the card? Are you saying why it's the Avatar? I have the Avatar just because it's kind of funny to me that they gave us the Avatar. I actually don't even like this base art. I just like Kitty in terms of like in-game. Adam Sush, rallying the likes for the stream. It really does help us out. Thinking about picking up Spider-Man for your next free Series 3 pickup, nerd? Spider-Man is incredible. He's a very flexible card. Can get a lot of good work out of him. If we go Moon Girl magic. What if I go just Typhoid Mary here? Typhoid Mary and wait. Alright, I'll do that. Finding some Venom Iron Lad Panther Zola list now. There we go, Jason. There we go. Who would be my favorite X-Man? I think it has to be Wolverine. I'm trying to think if there's somebody that takes it away. I mean, I do like Quicksilver. I like Quicksilver, but can't go wrong with the Wolverine, right? Play the Nebula. I could also play... Like, how valuable is taking away the Quinjet buffs? Well, I locked into Enchantressing the Typhoid Mary. So, we'll do this and this. Try and play from behind an initiative on the final turn with double Titania and Enchantress. You love the Black Cat avatar. She's so cute. I haven't seen too many of the Black Cat avatars, but she's got some incredible card art. Who has the worst art? Killmonger is a strong contender. I'm going honestly like base art Kitty. There's somebody else who has base art that I don't really like. Most of the base art I love. You've got the blue Marvel down. So I can either take away your ability to buff all of your side, or my ability to nerf all of my side. Fascinating, fascinating choice. I think that I will choose to hit my Typhoid Mary, and then I will play like 0 Titania. I'm gonna just leave this as a loss. Up by 4, tied, dropping the 5. Typhoid Mary will buff that side by a little bit. The last Titania. It will be hard for them to squeeze cards into the big house. Like the Devil Dinosaur won't make it, Nick Fury will not make it. So I think I play on left here. The Coulson base art's not that great either, yeah. 17. Alright, here he comes. Enchantress. Typhoid Mary's out of the picture. We 0 up to 7. We don't quite make it. Oh, if we'd had the read on putting Enchantress on left. I was like, no, it'll be fine. I just cancel out my own Typhoid Mary. All right. We're going to have to claw our way back in. White Queen base art is fine. Wonder Castle. Neither of us have shown 6 costs to be able to get into Blunder Castle. So this is going to get interesting. Zabu. Cerebro base art. The Cerebro base art is kind of bland, yeah. Okay. Gotta get rid of these. Alright. The Enchantress is our ticket back in. She's in hand. This time we have to make the right call. Oh, you're right. He does have the Helicarrier. The Helicarrier would fit. 610. Honestly, I want to play the Sauron. Yeah, he can have Helicarrier pinch hit. Oh yeah, it gets pulled over. Right. I knew that. Now... Typhoid Mary. 0 Titania. Here we go. And yes, he could just like generate a 6 cost as well, right? Alright, he played the Devil Dino early. That bodes very well for us. Moan Girl, you're a turn late. We knock out the Devil D. Then I play my best card on right, Lizard on left, end it up. We just completely avoided the Blunder Castle. It was a 2-location game. Yep. Asteroid M pulls her right back in. I'm surprised that he didn't play with the Helicarrier there. I mean... It does just generate like great power, but we already showed the Enchantress, I'm pretty sure. Asteroid M has the same ability as Chavez. It makes you forget they exist.
Victory.
Indeed. Oh. Ready up. This is it? This is the final bout. Sudden death. Round 7. Nebula right out the gate. You'll love to see it. Put that pressure on in terms of tempo. Jeff right to Mur Island. Don't mind if I do. This has been a great matchup. I love his deck. I think that we've been able to find a lot of what we wanted. Had some very tight decisions. They lose Quinjet. We lose Typhoid Mary. All right. I will play 0 and a Lizard here. I want to keep Sokovia dangerous, especially with the Nebula scaling. Yeah, he's gotten Collector on curve every single time. I think for 7 rounds, he's like 7 of 7 with the Collector on curve, right, Jokaro? I won't say no to extra Enchantress if he starts dropping down dinos. Yeah, every time. There it is. And honestly, the Collector's been looking fantastic. 2-6. That's a good stat line. We play Zabu. The skill is unmatched. But here we go. They will both be playable. We did not get Sauron. What else might we like to see? Just Titania, really. But even then, I only want to play her if he takes over in terms of initiative. Which he does. Just barely. The 2/8 Collector of Legend. Man, this Collector is going crazy. Alright, but you flip first. And I do draw the Titania. Wow, okay. I have everything that I could want. I feel like maybe it's just, I know it's kind of boring, but like double Enchantress here? What does he play for? He has a full hand. So Nick Fury doesn't even buff the collector by much. The alternative is like play Enchantress, move Jeff, play Enchantress, abandon Mer Island. My idea kind of always was that I could power up the Jeff and be able to move him, flex him. Let's try this. All right, this is for the match. A Spider-Woman. A rando Spider-Woman takes him up to 21. Okay, Jeff pulls us up to 12. 17. Well played, well played. Excellent match. I don't think we really had anything else that we could do there. I love that other people are running the collector as well. The surprise factor out of the deck that's just going to be able to generate all of the extra cards throughout the entire match means that it's incredibly hard to pin down and figure out what you're playing against. And then the surprise factor will win you the matches. TJC got lucky with the wild cards from the Coulson. You were landing, like that collector was crazy. 2-8? Are you kidding me, TJC? That deck is awesome. And it's really good in battle mode because you have this whole X factor of you're creating all these random cards that I'm not able to plan around. Definitely going to try that deck. TJC, chat wants you to post the sauce. Can you post the sauce? Favorite part is the randomness. That's what chat was loving. All right, guys. We're going to sign off the stream for today. There's going to be a video going up tonight testing Howard the Duck. Stay tuned to be able to see what kind of stuff we're able to brew up around him. I'm pretty excited to be able to see his release and his conjunction with Iron Lad, even though I know that a lot of people are going to be skipping buying him. Tune in on the Discord, !Discord in the chat if you want to be able to hang out in between streams. Otherwise, we're going to be back live on Wednesday. A lot of cool projects coming up on the channel. Pretty excited for what we have in the future. Till next time, thank you guys for watching.